Okay, Sam, I see what you're on today. Nah, fair enough. Listen,
Oh, but I just explained to you, blood.
big up to everyone locked into the building. It's a call-in show. It's a lunchtime call-in show, man. I want to know what you guys think. I've already pinned the link to the top of the chat. So, guys, don't be scared. Don't be shy. Jump in, chop it up with me and Sav. I'm sure you guys have had enough of our opinions over the last few days about similar, conversation around Trent. I've seen a couple of the man them I know that's crashing out, going crazy about it. I've seen on Twitter as well. It's crazy, bro. But today we're gonna try and have a chilled one, and I'd rather know what you guys think. I want to see where you guys are at. Where your temperatures are at. You know what I mean? The link is pinned, as I said, at the top. So make sure you guys click it. There's a couple of obviously other conversation as well that I want to have with the mandem as well. Let me get Nick in as well. Big up to Nick in the building, bro. Love for the love. I see you crashing out earlier on your stream.
I'm tired, boss. Yeah, bro. Very rare for me to crash out, bro. I just couldn't. I said I've had enough, bro. I've had enough.
Nah, I hear it,
yes,
man.
I'm here.
I hear it. All right. It's the Dr. Blick, that's a mad name still, my bro. He's on a walk as well, just taking in the non-sun. Just cloudy out there. I hear it. Bring him in. Big up, bro.
Yo, it was good, man. Oh man, the crash out yesterday was generational, man.
Talk to us. Floor's yours, bro.
My thing is this, when it comes down to the whole Trent leaving, man, let's be honest, man. Why do people act like everybody isn't a selling club to Real Madrid and Barcelona? That's my thing. People act like not every club sells to Real Madrid and Barcelona. Even when Man United, like in 2009, when Ronaldo came in, and they had to sell to Real Madrid, Ronaldo, like stuff like that happens. No, man, Man United were winning everything. It's not about winning. It's just sometimes some clubs just come in and they just got that pull. And also, I got a question for you guys. Why do you think people downplay Conor Bradley being a #1 right back? People forget he's only just 21. Why can't he? Why do we have to have a right back on the talent of Trent when all of us know that type of right back doesn't exist and the market isn't that great for right backs in the moment? That's my question to you guys.
I think you've kind of answered it yourself. I think whenever we lose a player of that ilk or losing a player of that ilk, everyone always goes, let's get someone in the same ilk or the same profile, which we know Trent was a generational, type of player. It's going to be difficult to find someone with the same skill sets. So I think that's why they crash out on Bradley and go, well, I'm not expecting Bradley to get, like in Trent's pump, 17 GA. We're not expecting to get that. But as long as Bradley goes and does his job efficiently, I think we're cool. Well, I think that's it. You pretty much answered the question yourself. I don't know if the man that Nick and Sav, you share different sentiment with that, but that's what my point is.
I give you on the Bradley thing, to be honest, bro. I think people are very locked on. We spoke about this quite a few times, but replacements. But they're thinking of replacements like for like. But players of top quality of this, especially in the modern market, it just doesn't exist. And to that point, the manager might not want to play like that either. So. Yeah, for me, I don't think anyone will be bothered. At the moment, there will be, but if Bradley's starting right back and we're getting creativity from the midfield and everything's going to how it was been this season, because even though Trent's been, I don't agree that Trent's had a good season. I think it's been like average.
It's not been one of his best,
and it doesn't feel like he's been that creative. You know what I mean? I think you brought up the GA thing yesterday. It was like 8 or something like that, but. Doesn't fit, you know what I mean? There's been spells. Trent's a moments player for me, and I think the moments they're always needed and stuff like that. But on a match to match basis and stuff like that, we've not needed him this season like that. And when I say moments, I mean like Newcastle felt like he was in a moment where Trent was needed, but he was injured. But on a game to game basis, Bradley's good enough because he's been doing it. Just get more creative from the midfield, and people forget about it after a bit.
We've got to get tricky. We get if we get an attacking like someone that does more GA than what Soboslai is doing, then I think we'll be fine. Because because Trent's creativity can be replaced in midfield. If we get a player that can actually do a similar job in midfield. Because for me, I don't know about you guys, I'm not the biggest fan of a guy that just puts in effort, man. I don't like the 9 to 5 midfielder. Oh, he puts in a shift. I'm not here for a guy to put in a shift. I want my attacking midfielder to be creative and have some creative aspect to his game. And plus, Soboslai defers too much as well to Salah. There's so many times where he could put his stamp in the game and he just looks to pass to Salah rather than trying to take responsibility, man. We got too many beta males in the team. If I'm being real, it's true, man. We got too many, man. Everyone goes to their international team looking better, and then they come to us and we get a pile of garbage.
Bro,
I'm tired of this.
I tweeted earlier about because Diaz yesterday goal and assist. I'm like, so how does his brother go away, cooks up, and then comes back and he forgets his recipes
in that game? That first goal he scored, brother.
How did he
forgets, bro? You know, what's that thing called osmosis? When you're next to something and like that shit spreads. Being next to Darwin does that to you.
Nah, Nick, we didn't.
When he was up front on his own, he was still trash.
Even the goal that McAllister scored yesterday was a different type of goal.
Oh, that Macca goal was quality, little touch.
The run, the touch.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, man. Maybe it's Salah's fault. Get him out. It's Salah's fault. I think that's what it is, bro. They can't play with Salah, bro. I said it. Get him out.
Man, you're gonna make the fan base angry, man. You're gonna make the fan.
It can't be any worse than what they're at already, bro.
Man. No, it reminds me of when Real Madrid had when they had Ronaldo in his final season. Ronaldo was getting all the goals. Benzema was doing what Nunez was doing that season, missing everything under the sun, and everyone had like clips of all the chances that he created for him and whatnot. So maybe Salah leaving may make players step up because that tends to happen. But it really comes down to the replacements and who we can put in. Because I'm not gonna lie, if that's our team, the one that you created, man, I ain't looking forward to next season, man. I'm like, yo, what is this? Like, this ain't FIFA, man.
No, I picked players that people said we were linked with. That's what I did. It weren't like random players I plucked out of me there. It was Hoyson. Everyone said that's the guy they want. They told me Kirkes is the left back. They told me Mbeumo is the guy that they would love to see come to the club. They told me Isak is the #1 striker in terms of number 9 right now in the world. And then Semenyo was just my little pick. I'm like, I like the guy. I
ain't gonna lie, man. I don't think we're getting Hoyson. I think Real Madrid taking him too.
Nah, don't say that.
I think Real Madrid
we're already broken
as
is, bruv.
He's Spanish. He's Spanish and everything, man. And his dad's liking posts about Real Madrid. Like, I think Real Madrid gonna pip him too.
All right.
I think Real Madrid are coming for him too, man.
Say lit. All right, bro. Listen, I'll let you run, but I love for jumping in. Man.
That's all good, bro. Big up.
And do you see that thing he took? Like, this is Mascot, yeah, but Alfonso, he tore his ACL in it.
Yeah, I saw it today, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
so mad, yeah, because before he signed that contract and everyone was talking about buying, I said I love Alfonso Davies, but he's got an injury coming up in the next couple of months. I didn't try to wish it upon him, and that. But when I saw it, I was like, Jesus,
man's oracle.
He sent he made a whole track. Remember, he signed the contract and made a whole track. Bro. Yeah, brother. Yeah, pray for man's leg and Open McConnell's out with a knee injury as well, man. Hey, if you're Leverkusen, bro, you're looking at Bayern Munich with these injuries. How many points are they behind? Like 5 or 8 or something. Creep up, like that. Send it, man. Rise the team.
Let's get John in the building. John, is everyone on the move today, bro?
Yeah, I'm going to gym right now, man.
They're therapy, you know. Everyone going for walks.
Man's going for a walk. He's going for a drive.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll be real. I don't know whether you guys are how you guys actually feel about the whole thing, because it seems like everyone's just crashing out. I can't really
John, it's about you, bro. It's not about us. We've already done our part. You tell us how you feel, bro.
All right, say no more. So me personally, I ain't really tripping like that, man. Like for me, I was saying on Monster channel yesterday, like I'm just kind of happy that there's some sort of conclusion to the whole thing, because it's just like it's a whole flipping fiasco. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I didn't really care if he was staying or going. It's just like, bro, like this thing has kind of dragged on for way too long regarding those three. So now that's nipped in the bud, just keep it moving, bro. You know what I mean? We've got Calvin Ramsey lined up. We've got, Conor Bradley there. You know what I'm saying? They can take over the mantle. You know what I mean? FSG know what they're doing, man. Me personally, I'm not really impressed. Me personally, I think we all know where this is going. You know what I'm saying? So,
Where do you think it's going? You tell us where it's going.
Well, I think the players that we're being linked with, I generally don't think we're gonna be in for them at all. So your Hoysons, your Isaks, whoever we've been linked with very strongly, I do not think we're going to be linked with them. I don't think we're going to sign them. Even Kirkes, I can't see it because I'm just going off based off like past history, because there's never been a player that we've been heavily linked with like that. To my remembrance, that we've gone ahead and signed. It's always been like we didn't know nothing about Otara Endo. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one or two if you're watching like Bundesliga that much, but I had no idea who he was, bro. I'll be so real. You know what I mean? And we were crying out for a 6, and that was the 6 that we got. So, for me, it's just a sit back and watching it, because expect the unexpected. You know what I mean? Like the signings that you think we're gonna make, we're not gonna make them, in my opinion.
That's my question. Why do we have hope in FSG bringing in these big signings and whatnot when we haven't seen it over the last 3 or 4 years?
So again, you know what's so mad? You're saying that you're saying that they're big. These players that I've just mentioned, they're big signings. They really ain't. The price tag makes you think that obviously they're big signings. Like I think Hoyson's been quoted like what 50 mil, Kirkes 40. Like these are not like big
Speaking
names.
of like Isaks and stuff.
Right. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, the other 40, 50 mil is like standard run of the mill these days. But like when we have doubts ourselves that we're even going to sign players that are worth 40, 50 mil, that's when you got some alarm bells ringing, bro.
100%. And I think there's also like on a real though, all jokes aside, like I think there's a real issue brewing up if no one's really clocked already about how we're dealing with players running down their contracts and stuff like that. We're kind of doing the same thing Arsenal were doing all these years ago, when like Fabregas and Nasri and Toure, all these big players were leaving them. Like I can't understand how the club have put themselves in a position where you even got Konate, whose contract is running up. You got Alisson. Like it's all stacking up. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not even just these 3. And that's a really big issue. A club of our size, and we're letting this happen. And I don't know any other club that's about to win the Premier League or won the Premier League, and we're in this type of position where you get rid of like 8 players who just are not good enough. But then again, you have the top players whose contracts are running out, and we know what owners that we know what the type of owners we have. And you know we're probably not going to be signing even like maybe 2 of them, or it's a mess, bro. It's an actual mess. But me, I'm just gonna sit back, crash and burn, because I knew this day was coming. I don't think like this is not this regime of self-sustainability was never gonna run for a club like Liverpool, who are winning titles. We're never gonna sustain at the top, given the model that we're under. So things like this was bound to happen. So I'm kind of glad it's happened, because it allows those people who are in support of FSG or in support of the model to see how much this model is now running. It's run its course. It ran its course years ago, in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, so we'll just wait and see, bro, where this goes, man. 'Cause I'll tell you what, it's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good.
Can we not win the title next season, John?
Bro, I think, bro, right now, I'm saying no, because you also got to take into account what the other teams are going to do. Because if you think Pep and Man City are going to lay down after this season, whether they get Champions League or not, then your people's heads are in the sand. If you think Arsenal, with all, I know they've been ignorant in the transfer market, but if you think they're not going to address any of the issues they've had this season in the summer, then your head's in the sand. If you think that any other teams in the top 4, in amongst the top 6, are not going to improve, and you think they're going to stand still, then you have another thing coming, and that's another issue. know what I'm saying? Because we're not a club that is proactive. We're just reactive. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I'm saying no. Like, I don't think the club have given any of us an inkling as to whether we can go on and retain the league the next season. In my opinion, for me personally, I don't think they've ever done that. Giving me a real confidence that, you know what, like, we've won the Champions League, we're gonna win it the next year, or we were in the final, we didn't win it, but we're gonna sign this player and this player, and we're gonna go through it again. Like, I've never felt like the next season it is gonna be like an improvement or something to where we can go one step further. It's always just been like, we'll just hope. It's always just been on hope that whether we can push again with the same group of players. You know what I mean? And I don't know, bro. It's just if folks can't see how much of a real mess this is, then I don't know what will, bro. I don't know what will. I mean, because this,
Alright.
yeah.
All right then, bro. Listen, man. Go and enjoy the gym, man. Go and get the frustration out.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not
bro.
frustrated, man. I'm not frustrated. I'm blessed. I'm highly blessed and favored, man. So I ain't letting this club, stress me out. That's the last thing.
All right, say less, bro. Say less.
Yeah,
Love as always, man.
Good luck, bro.
Love.
See ya, bro.
Shit. Let's get ZUBERI in as well. Go on. What was you gonna say something, Mike?
Bro, I had some, man. Yeah, you saw my crash out just before ends on stream, going on about like Hassam saying like, but we haven't sustained. We need to try and sustain this and that, blah blah. I'm like, bro, find me a club outside of Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, or maybe even Man City in recent years that have been able to sustain winning shit year in, year out, bro. It's just not a normal thing for every other club out there. Like, do we actually think we can be one of these clubs, which I want us to be, but realistically, are we going to be one of these clubs we're just going to be winning shit consistently year in, year out? Something every couple of years I can live with. I would want more. This means more and all that shit. But if we won a cup or a league every like 3 to 5 years, would that be the worst thing?
No.
No, I don't think so.
So why are people up in arms making it like we have to be winning I guess the aim is to win every single season, but realistically it's just not possible.
It's the magnitude of our club, though. I think obviously if you hold the club at a high esteem, which we are a massive club, then the expectation is we have to be winning something every season. So whether that's, I don't know, the Premier League or competing or a Champions League or an FA Cup, like we have to continuously keep winning something. And I think because we haven't really done that on the clock, to be fair, like in terms of go like long periods without winning, because even when we didn't win the Premier, we was winning the other trophies in between it. But I think for us, we can't go too long as a club and not win anything. I think that's when we have an issue. And that's when the ambition piece comes in. Like, so what are we then? We just competing now and then, or what's
the longest period that we've had though? And I'm not going to go from when FSG first taken the club over, because that's not fair. They had to reconstruct stuff and that. But since we got into a position on the clock, maybe after the first 2 seasons, where we've had the longest we've been without a trophy or been competing, because to be fair to the ownership and that, once you get into like finals and stuff, they can't do anything about that. They have no effect on it. So whether we lose the final or not, it's 2 different things. So when I look at that sustained period, so what Nick said, like, I'm not expecting a Liverpool domination period. I think that's done in football in general, to be honest. Unless you're in the other leagues, I think it ain't going to happen. I don't think Man City will do it again in this league, how they have over the past few years. But I'm not saying I'm correct, because I can't think off the top of my head, but I don't remember more than 2 years without a trophy. Once we got to a certain level, you know what I mean? We had the one season where everyone got injured and stuff like that. We didn't win any trophies that season, but season after we won the league, the FA Cup. Season before that, we had won the league. Season before that, we had won the Champions League. Season before that, we had won another League Cup. So I'm like, we've had multiple trips to Wembley. Not to mention, we've been to 3 Champions League finals in that time as well. So take away the ownership, that's a goal or 2 away from winning 2 more Champions Leagues instead of having 1. The Premier League finished point behind Man City. On the FSG, 3 times, I think. Klopp twice and Brendan Rodgers once. Again, there's a point away from winning the Prem. Instead of having 2, what we'll have this season, it would have been 5. And then you're looking at like 5 Premier Leagues, 3 Champions Leagues, 3 League Cups and 1 FA Cup in a 10-year period, which none of us will be complaining about, innit? So that's once we get to that point, it's down to the manager, but I'm not expecting anything. And Yeah, Nick's right. People complain about stuff. I don't mind that. It doesn't bother me. Everyone complaining, it's fine. But I just don't understand when you have evidence of something happening over and over again, and then you're getting mad, expecting something completely different. I'm like, no, they have a model, and the model's been like that, and they've not really ever shifted away from it. So the only expectation you can have is if they sell the club to somebody else, and then we get something new. Otherwise, from that, it's going to be run exactly the same. And I can't lie, I'm not. I don't do the FSG in or out thing because I'm a football fan. I don't want to care about the owners. I couldn't give a damn who they are, to be honest, bro. If they start treating the fans wrong and the ticket price and all that stuff, that's when I'm okay. That's a bit unfair. But I don't want to know about the owners. I don't want to know who the owners are. I don't want to know who the sporting director is. I just want to enjoy the football and the club to be treated right and stuff like that. And our clubs ran well. Obviously, it just seems to me that the ambitions of the owners and whoever they employ and the ambition of the fans are two different things. And I don't think they're ever going to match up because our ambition as fans is just to win everything, and theirs isn't. Which is, it's just life, bro. I dealt with it, so I ain't losing sleep over it, bro.
Yeah. One thing before I gotta jump off. It's way past my bedtime. 5:12 in the morning here down under. I'm already in the future. Yeah. It's Thursday. But just real quick, like the whole thing as well. Like people want to like shit on FSG, and there is an argument for it. They haven't done enough in the last 3 to 5 years, shall we say, on bringing more players in there and keeping this, dominance of Liverpool sustained while Klopp was there. But everyone's just disregarding what FSG did to bring us to where we are right now. They played a massive part. I'm not having this of just FSG out, blah, 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 because of what's happened in the last 5 years. If it wasn't for them, we would not have signed Klopp. If it wasn't for them, we would not have bought all these players. Coutinho leaving was a blessing in disguise. You don't see it at the time. Buying all these players in, Klopp doing this thing. Now I'm hearing people saying, oh, that was because of Klopp. It wasn't because of FSG. The things go hand in hand, bruv. Sometimes if the things go hand in hand for me, you can't just shit on them for one thing and then disregard everything that they've done in the past, bruv. It's just one thing I can't get behind, bruv. But anyways, I'm out. Peace out. I'll be listening for a little bit more. Thank you very much. See you later.
In a bit, bro. Love, man. Go on, working class fan, That's his new name, bro. Go on, ZUBERI, bro. What you saying?
Bro, listen, man. I'm breaking down the thing last night after I jumped off stream, and I'm deep in it because I got the Trent kit. And, I went upstairs and, I'm kissing the kids, kissing the missus, open up the closet, big bad Trent kit right there, bro. I mean, it's about that time in the US where man start doing that winter packing and bringing out the summer kits and that. And you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, Liverpool season again. I can wear the Liverpool shirts outside. I'm like, bro, I'm not going to wear this. I'm not wearing this. The hell am I doing outside with a Trent kit? Where am I going to wear that, bro? To bed. I'm not wearing that again. So now I just got this piece of garments in the closet, just hanging it up for what? Background settings. I don't need Trent kit as a background. Why would I have that even in my background?
Why wouldn't you wear it again, ZUBERI?
Wear it again to where?
To wherever you was going to wear it to in the first place. Because no, I'm not trying to. I'm not
wear a Trent kit.
Yeah, because when
you Trent kit.
You bought when you brought
a Trent kit to wear.
Okay,
I'm gonna wear that.
What season kit was it?
So what do you expect me to do as a working class fan when I book a man with a Real Madrid Trent kit? You don't think I'm gonna mash him up?
What season the kit you've got? What season is it from?
Champions League kit, fan.
Said to burn it in a row.
The Champions League, the take it a corner quick and win the Champions League. That one. Yeah, so what's wrong with that, bro? Don't everyone walk around with R9 tops now? You
think if I saw Cav in person with the corner taking quickly Rubbo picture put in a group, you think I'm mashing up Cav?
Yeah, but Cav never made the picture, but it doesn't matter.
But he shared it. Fucking up the messenger. This is Sparta, bro. It's
blasphemy. I know that. I'll be honest. I know that.
Blasphemy, bro. Don't come to my town and check my history of the player.
I know I sound too logical, but I'm being deadly serious, bro. I'm actually asking these questions. I want to, don't people do that?
I'm a working class man, bro. I spend my hard work money on the kit.
I'm asking a question because what you just said, why would I do that and where I'm going to wear it, is what everyone does every day anyway, bro. You get what I'm saying? That for example, when Ronaldo left Real Madrid and went to Juve, man, them are still walking around in Ronaldo kits, bro, from whenever you want to cop at, doing whatever. When Ronaldo, when R9 went to Real Madrid, man, them were still walking around in R9 Brazil. I mean Barcelona. It's a
Savage,
natural, it's a
correction.
natural thing. I'm not even trolling,
No,
bro.
no. I understand. I
Not going
understand,
to
but I
Man
want
U,
to
bro.
correct you. I want to correct you on something, yeah?
Mhm.
You ain't talking to ZUBERI, bro. You're talking to a working class fan, bro.
Yeah, so well, working class fan and
Bro,
like,
the kit
hard-
was about $140 US, bro. I'm
so
not
you're
telling
making
you
my
what
point.
I make, but to
You're,
some man, that's 5 to 6 hours of labor, fam.
you're making
You
my
see what I'm
point even
saying?
more. You're making my
So
point even more.
bro,
You-
5 to 6 hours of labor. I'm on this roof, ducking rats in New York and crackheads and that, and buy this kit, and I can't even wear it, bro.
No. You're looking at the wrong way. You spent all that money to buy. So
Nah,
you
bro,
got
I'm
the
looking
right
at
to
it
wear
as
that
a
kit.
working class fan. I'm not looking at it any other way, bro. I'm a working class
Yeah.
fan.
And as a working class fan, you spent all this money on a kit, so you should wear it because you spent the money on it.
Nah,
And you like
bro,
it, bro.
as a working class fan, I brought the paycheck to the gal, and the gal talk about one case is all it takes, and gone to Hala Madrid, fam.
Okay, then. So then, as a
And I'm
working class
supposed to do
fan,
what? Cherish our memories.
well, as a working class fan, then you're stupid, bro. That's why I'm gonna named on the back of my top. Because you knew the
Talk to me
chance
on
was
this,
you,
bro. I bring
Go
the
on, what?
paycheck home to the gal, and the gal talk about one kiss is all it takes, and gone with the Bugatti, man. And I'm supposed to just cherish our memories.
Hey, man.
Hey, that's why the call-in today, man. I want everyone to share their feelings, bro. How
My
they
girl leaves,
But that's
my
what
girl leaves me.
I'm telling, man, bro. As a working
Man,
class fan,
I'm
I
being
didn't
dead
even
serious,
see
bro.
this man wear the armband properly for a season.
If my girl leaves me for a better man, bro, I'm keeping my Xbox. You got me, bro. I'm keeping my camera too, blood. I don't care. It's life, bro. I enjoy that. I enjoy
So
my
you're
Xbox.
just crying on Xbox Live, talking about at least she put me on
Oh, bro,
GTA 6
bring
and
that.
that.
I'm not crying. I'm never crying over no girl, and I'm not crying over no footballer either, blood.
Listen, man. All I'm saying, Savage, is as a working class fan, I didn't even get to see this man wear the armband. I didn't even see armband Trent, bro.
All right, let me get Bruno in, bro.
Listen, before I jump off, bro, just know I'm going on the roof again. The atmosphere up there is a little bit different. And bro, it used to breathe well up there knowing Trent will lift an armband one day. I used to look to the sky and be like, yo, you see when Trent touched that armband? Madness, you know. Now I'm on the roof. Bro, yo, listen, man. The white kit, bro. White. Nah, man, listen, man. Yeah. I didn't
Don't worry
sleep
about
last night, bro.
Don't worry too much about it, Zuberi, man. Maybe he stays, bro.
I'm talking about maybe he stays, bro. Listen, man. Don't sell me, bro. Don't gaslight me, bro. Maybe he stays, bro. Bro, there's $150 kit in the fucking closet that I'm gonna have to just pack up with the winter stuff. I can't bring that out this summer. Are you crazy? Bringing that out in the summer is like Liverpool in the dark ages wearing the Hurricane kits with no trophies in that, bro.
Zuberi, do me a favor in the WhatsApp group and that. Send me that kit, blood. What size is it? Double
Our
XL.
size. We don't have to small. You don't have to body shame the small man.
I'm just asking, bro. Double XL and that. Send me that, bro. You get me? I don't even think I got the white one, blood. You get me? Send me that.
All right, man. Talk to us, Bruno, man. What are you telling me?
Well, here's what I've got to say. Here's the thing. There's going to be blood on the hands of Richard Hughes and John W. Henry. That's what I'm telling you now. There is going to be blood on the hands of Richard Hughes and John W. Henry especially. Now, and for those people that are telling me, but we're top of the league. When they're top of the league, yeah, we are top of the league. Once you get to the top, you strengthen to stay at the top. You keep your best players and you strengthen to stay at the top. I'm sitting here in my room, yeah, and then 5 minutes later, Trent's leaving to go to Real Madrid. Now, what in the name of garbage is this? Huh? What in the name of garbage is this? Yeah, I'm hearing this guy's getting 220k at Real Madrid. That's peanuts. That's pocket change. So what in the name of garbage is that? Huh? Don't give me this crap of, oh, we can't afford that. 270k, sign on the dotted line. Bye-bye, good night, Vienna, Real Madrid's stupid rumours. Done. Why are they taking 25 years to sit and announce it? So then when they do announce it, oh, he's leaving to go to Real Madrid. There's blood on the hands of this guy. I hope in the next 10 years, I hope John W. Henry sells. The sooner the better. Because this owner does not have the ambition that we need at this club. We are not Tottenham. I've told you these, man, 100 times. We ain't Tottenham. We had a bride. We are not the bridesmaid going down the aisle. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You know, we don't do that. We like to receive. We don't give away. Yeah. Once you get to the top, you strengthen to stay at the top. Yeah. To stay at the elite level. We are the 4th biggest club in England. Yeah. No, we are the 2nd biggest club in England, the 4th biggest club in the world. We're acting like we're flipping Dover. What in the name of garbage is this? There are serious issues at this club. I'm telling you, the day that FSG sell, that's going to be the happiest day of my life. I'm telling you that now. I'm not disregarding what he's done. Yes, he bought us Klopp. Yes, he bought us Arne Slot. That's what he's supposed to do. But I ain't forgetting. Remember the Super League. Remember the Super 6. The £77 tickets trying to furlough the staff of Liverpool. Remember that? I ain't forgetting that stuff. This is another dagger. It's another dagger. Like I said, there is blood on the hands of Richard Hughes and John W. Henry now. They better watch their backs because this is going to get very ugly. I expect a 300 transfer budget in the summer. No excuses. If they don't bring the 300 transfer budget in the summer, there's going to be blood on somebody's hands. Seriously.
So they need to have 300 mil or else what? I'm not happy at all.
If they don't bring out the money, I want John W. Henry out of the club immediately. None of this waiting for the club to grow and then you're going to leave in 2037. No. I want to hear on Sky Sports News, just like he did 2 years ago before Man United came along and ruined it. Liverpool's up for sale. None of this prime mind games crap. You're putting us up for sale and then you're out of the door. Because this American owner is nothing more than a piece of absolute garbage. Horse poo, to put it lightly. Yeah? Because I could go really deeply if I wanted to. This guy is nothing more than a waste of space of an owner. And the sooner he's gone, the better. And that's for Trent. Here's the warning, Trent. The grass is not always greener on the other side. Look what happened to Philippe Coutinho. The day he signed, yeah, but I predicted his Barcelona career to go down the toilet. Look what happened. He went to Barcelona. He did 1 year. The same thing happened with Michael Owen. 1 year, and they shipped him off. So there's the warning. The grass is not always greener on the other side. So there's the warning.
All right, listen. Bruno, listen, big up to you, man. Listen, we'll take that into consideration. I'm looking forward to seeing if we get 300 mil, though. Because if we get 300 mil, that means we can do something with that. But if we don't get 300 mil, I look forward to seeing what you say.
I'm not joking around. I want to hear that he's leaving, that he's selling. Because this man is nothing more than a waste of space of an owner. And also, before I leave as well, what was that kissing of the badge for? And sitting there doing all of this, the mouth emoji that he did on the celebration. What was that all about? It's a load of BS. It's a load of garbage. Get that picture out of my face, man.
IG, the man that want to know if you're good blood. Bear welfare checks in the chat. Bear welfare checks.
Nah, I was just about to put in the chat. No, I'm playing Football Manager. Like,
so let me check him on G to make sure he's all right.
Just like to let the record show calm. I'm a piece of shit. Gerrard didn't finish his career at Liverpool. I know everyone thinks that LA Galaxy don't exist, but it does.
I don't know. He did. In my eyes, he did.
No, he didn't. Gee, did he finish his? Only Carragher finished his career at Liverpool.
Bro, Fowler didn't finish it. Bro, none of them finished it. Like,
Gee, only Carragher, bro, the most disrespected.
Yeah. That's how I know that people like all of this stuff when people talk about snakes and things like that. I just know you're just trying to shit because these times your favorite player did not finish their football career at the club. So Let's stop acting like people do one club.
Talent
That
G.
is like a it's
Talent
like, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
You know what else, blood? So while G's cooking, my G, that's my brother. Bro, listen. You see how man were treating Curtis last year? He was also a scouser. Basically, telling it like, oh yeah, Trent, we did this for you and all that, blah blah blah. Curtis ain't trying to leave, but if you man shipped him out, what then, bruv? The scouts thing don't matter anymore. Like the you never walk alone thing don't matter if you get rid of a man and that. But if a man wants to leave, it's a problem, brother. Listen, man, bare hypocrites and that, bro. But I enjoy it still, cause it's fun. I'm on a troll blood. You get me, bare emotions and that.
Trent agent Harris in the building. Talk to us, bro. Talk to us.
I want to say big up Trent because I think if you look at what's gone on, like in terms of the state of the club at the moment, I think if I was Trent, I would do the same thing because you only get one football career. Yeah. And Real Madrid, I feel like Real Madrid is the type of club that, let's say Trent said nah. And then he's probably thinking, oh, they might come back in for me a couple of years later. No, that's not how it works. It's either now or never. Yeah, because they'll probably go sign another right back. Or they'll probably bring someone up from the academy. Yeah. And I think Trent's done the right thing. Biggest opportunity. And he's gone to Real Madrid. Yeah, like if you look at Liverpool over the past few years, a lot of people keep bringing up the owners, etc. But FSG wasn't at fault for us bottling a couple of these titles. Yeah,
That's
if you
what
look
I
at the
think.
21/22 season, how many draws did we have? We were 2-0 up at home against Brighton. We fumbled it. Yeah, so if you take it into context, if we win that game against Brighton at home, we win the title technically. We go, I think, a point or two above Man City. We win the league. Yeah, 2019. Yeah, if the ball, if the wind blew the ball a bit more, it goes over the line and Stones doesn't clear it. We win the league. Yeah, so there's too many fine margins. Yeah, we've got to Champions League finals. Yeah, we got smoked by Real Madrid, and then we got then we lost to them again. Is that FSG's fault? No. Yeah, I'm not backing FSG, but I'm saying we can't keep blaming FSG for everything. And Trent's decision, I think it's down to him. I can't say it's right or wrong because he's his own person. Yeah, and people saying this whole one club man thing, oh, Steven Gerrard. Remember, Trent's not Steven Gerrard. Yeah, you guys have just said that because he can thump a ball. Yeah, and he's come through the academy. and he's and he's come through the academy. Yeah. So and plus he's a right back. So we slate Trent's defending. I mean, not us on stream, but like
No, I
us as a
do.
fan base.
Defending the awful still. I do. I slaughter him every week for it, but that's
But
what I'm saying.
for example, after the Man United's game, I was saying, oh, Trent can F off to Real Madrid if he wants. Yeah, and now that he's actually gone, you guys are all backtracking. Yeah, and another thing, Zubermendi. I remember in the summer we were in for Zubermendi, and when he said he wants to stay in Spain, they were saying, oh, he has no ambition to win trophies. But isn't this the same kind of situation with Trent? Because
Yeah,
Trent's going to
exactly.
win more at Real Madrid than he is at Liverpool. Because remember, we are the bridesmaids to Man City. We've been the bridesmaids. Yeah, second place, little bros. Yeah, you know when like you're at like a barbecue, for example. Yeah, and you see someone that's older than you with the new shoes. You say, "Oh, mum, can I get those shoes?" Oh no, oh no, it's too much. Yeah. So
No, man said we'll move
so
take that just you know.
yeah, so it's little things like that with our club that we really need to look ourselves in the mirror. Yeah, because we've lost out to Tchouaméni, we've lost out to Camavinga. Yeah, if we was to try and tap up Valverde, yeah, um, he would say no. We've lost that to Caicedo, we lost that to Fernandez. Yeah. So when it comes to Trent, we just gotta accept that he's gone because like we've ran down his contract. And I think, to be honest, I think he's probably did offer him a contract. He probably did because it's like Trent's young, he's 26. There's no way they're just gonna stall on contracts. Yeah, I think Trent's desire was definitely to go to Real Madrid. Yeah, Bellingham was definitely in his ear. And I remember, I think last year, I think it was pre-season, he was at a party with some of the Madrid players, with Mbappe, Tchouaméni. He has pictures there. Yeah. So these men are definitely, um, they were definitely in his air. Remember, Trent don't want to play with Nunes anymore. He don't want to play with Diaz and them, man. He wants to play with Vinicius,
I ain't gonna lie,
Mbappe,
bro.
Rodrigo.
You see when man them was bring up the Bellingham thing with Trent, blood. Man are making it so gay, blood. Like, you man know football, isn't it? These men don't want to talk about football outside of football, blood. They want to party and chill, blood. You know how many
Yeah.
footballers party together and that, bro?
Mm.
Man, them are, it's like the England squad, isn't it? All of them are friends, isn't it? One plays for
Yeah.
Chelsea, one plays for United and all that. So what the man thinks going on? All got WhatsApp groups and that. They're just like us, man, them. Yeah, I mean, it's not in. Man, they make it seem like when Jude sees Trent out and that, it's like, psst, yo, what are you saying before I get you a little drink and that? You saying Madrid and that. Man, that's not what's going on, bro. Like, they do have a life outside of football. Like, they buy houses and, you know, got family and friends and girlfriends and all that. But come on, man. They're making these footballers sound like
Hey.
bums and that, bro. Like, a whisper from a man will make you change club, bro. I got to think of my whole life, my career, whether I want to indulge in someone else's culture, whether I want to move and learn a new language. My brethren can't get me to think like that, bro. I don't care how good ENDZ is doing on YouTube, blood events. Like, yo, got this, need to go over to America because I'm like, where are we moving to? Blood? What are you talking about? I got a family, bro. I can't just ship out and that. You get me? It is life, bro. I think sometimes we look outside of football as like they're so different to us and that the money's different, but they're still man. It's one of those, blood.
You see, Alexander Delos said he can hear the hissing from our mic. Remember, we don't know Trent. We don't know Trent at all. So when it comes to I'm hissing from my mic. Remember, we don't know Trent, and it's got nothing to do with us with what he wants because he doesn't owe us anything. If anything, he got us to the Champions League final. Yeah, with those 2 assists against Barcelona. Yeah, and he's been at the club since he was 6, was it? Yeah. So
Yeah.
now it's time. Like, if he really wants to go and push his career, test himself in the new league, he's been in this league since he's come through the academy. He's allowed to go and I know it's on a free, but really and truly, it is where it is, and it's just football. We just got to move on. Yeah. Now, what really becomes an issue if we let Van Dijk and Salah go? I think that's really the big issue. But with Trent, he's young. He's 26. The world's out there. He's got the best club of all time in for him. Not many players are turning that down. And the guys that are calling him a snake, I'm telling you, you're going to Real Madrid. You're not turning them down. Yeah. If they're offering you a big salary, you get to play with the best players. You're guaranteed the Champions League every once or 2 seasons. Here and there, you're gonna go. You're gonna go. You're not gonna stay at Liverpool. Yeah, I understand that you guys love the club, but really and truly, like the state that we're in, yeah, who's really gonna want to stay? We've been rejected how many times by how many players? Yeah, and for other Premier League clubs like Chelsea, um, Real Madrid many times. Yeah, when Real Madrid come calling, you don't turn down the phone. And from Gerrard's situation, it was different because if he left, he was leaving Liverpool in the trenches. Trent is not leaving us in the trenches. We're still a good side. Yeah,
You're making sense, man. But with all honesty,
yeah,
the Gerrard thing, it doesn't matter. He's not
yeah,
Trent. It doesn't matter what anyone
exactly.
says about, this Gerrard's a real captain. He knows they're not the same person, bro.
Mm.
The times are different completely.
Yeah. And lastly,
Go on, Harrison. I'll
if
get the
you
next one in.
yeah, yeah. Sorry. Lastly, with Suarez, I was thinking this a couple of days ago. I was thinking, when Suarez left, Suarez left for a short. He was here for a short period of time, innit? And he went to Barcelona.
Yeah.
And I think G said it yesterday. This guy was yamming up people's arms.
Racist
Yeah,
cannibal, bro. I hear it, man.
racist. Like even to Patrice Evra. Yeah, but I see Liverpool fans still big him up. I was thinking, like, what's the difference? If anything, Suarez was kind of worse because he was here for a short amount of time, and Trent's given his all. He's won every trophy here. He's given his all. Suarez was here, and then he bounced. So really and truly, kind of used this as a stepping stone. Because he might have thought, oh, this team's shit. Yeah, I have to think, let me go to Barca. But Trent's actually given his all. Yeah, he said he loved the club. It doesn't mean that he doesn't like us. He just has other ambitions. to go and win a Ballon d'Or. Like he
I
said in
still
the
think,
interview.
I still think Trent loves the club and all that business. It's his team, and that's normal.
Yeah.
But it's one of those, man. It's easy. Like, don't get me wrong. I think most people on the panel that you're a Liverpool fan, you'll say the same thing. I'd stay at Liverpool, but it's easy to say when you've not been a Liverpool player in it for years.
Big up, Harris. I'll let you run. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
There's bare things that would say that would, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, if I was in that position, because I've always said that, bro. As a kid, bro, you know, you're trying to grow up and be a footballer. And that. If I get to Liverpool, I'm staying there, bro. But that's if I get there as a kid and I'm spending my whole time there, I might move on, bro. And gee, you need a hug, blood. This one, you need a hug in there.
No, I was losing a match, man. I was trying to.
All right, let me get Maddie in as yes.
Good morning, people. What's going on?
Good morning. Talk to us, man. Talk to us.
Well, I did say from since before last season, Trent was gone, people was doubting me, right? I'm not going to say he's a snake, but he did some slim shady shit. It got a lot of people talking about these FSG stuff. But these are not good businessmen if they're allowing that shit to happen. Players constantly leaving free. The funny thing about it is that you have to respect the dark side. The dark side being Madrid. They have now picked up a habit of the players they want. They get in their air and they tell them, guess what? Run down your contract and then come and you get a nice signing bonus. Right? That's a pattern that they have adopted in the last couple of years. Right? In regards to FSG, everybody got their opinion. Me, ever since anybody have known me on any Liverpool chat, I'm always going to be FSG out. I live literally 10 minutes driving from that stadium. They are shit owners, right? Not because somebody brings something to you makes them a good owner. So people who want to have their opinion that, oh, well, yeah, they brought us this, they brought us that. That's like saying, yeah, I got a stepfather who buys me groceries and feeds me, but then he whoops my ass at the end of the night still. That doesn't make him a good father because what, he fed me? He gave me something to warm up my belly? Hell no. One of the best things I've heard so far in regards to FSG, they got rejected by the fans of the Celtics in wanting to buy Celtics. And then the best part, the other day, Pro Sports went and bought them for like $6.1 billion. So the only team that they are going to get when it comes to basketball is an expansion team, and they still have to compete with other people for that one franchise that's opening up, right? A lot of people are going to talk about Hughes and Edwards. Hughes and Edwards can only want to do something. They're not the owners. If the owners say, hey, it ain't happening, it ain't going to happen, right? The other thing I've heard people talking about, well, we competing and stuff and ambition and stuff. And ambition is too unrealistic when you want to talk about quad. There's nothing wrong with wanting a quad because that shows ambition. If you don't finish it, at least you still had a goal to accomplish. It's like trying to say, I'm going to shoot for the moon, and if I miss the moon, I fall back down to Earth. I'm going to shoot for goddamn Mars or somewhere out there. So if I miss Mars, I'm still going to end up on Venus or some other goddamn place. You know, so that's how I look at FSG. They are an Instagram, Twitter profile ownership. End the conversation. Because if you look at many American sports, whether it's in football, baseball, or whatever, they have three things when the season begins. Their division winners, conference winners, and then the major, whether it's MLB, NFL championship, that sort of stuff. All of them start off with that as their main goal. So why are we being said that we are being greedy when we want to aim for a quad. Right? Yes, it might be unrealistic, but you never know the day it happens. Right? Arsenal became the Invincibles by not losing a game. That was something that was never done. It has not been repeated. The latest was Alonso. He came close it and then he lost in the finals to Atalanta or whatever. So it's not trying to say that you're holding back your ambition or anything like that. But again, you go for goal. You know, I'm not going to go and be in a race and say, you know what, I aiming to just win the bronze medal. No, I want to win the goal.
Maddie, let me ask you a question then, because I heard one of the guys ask Sam the same one. I think it might have been Tom Little. Obviously, we went up against a juggernaut of Man City. If things were slightly different and we ended up winning those, because we competed, they just pipped us by a point here or there, would you then say the owners had ambition? If we would have been the ones that won it by the point?
No. Because, again, like I tell people, and when people hear me speak, they think I have an agenda. But I tell people, the only way you could talk about the devil is if you live in hell. You know, I roll in hell, right? FSG do not have the ambition to sustain success. Just like Harris said, they wanted the Super League and stuff and all that other good stuff because why? There was not going to be any relegation or anything like that. They wanted it to become just like how American sports is. The shittiest club in the NFL still makes a profit year in, year out. You know, the only time you saw FSG had any ambition was when we didn't qualify for the Champions League and it asked turn up in London, right? Didn't they not? That was the only time, right? And as I said, a lot of people can sit and they can talk. I have seen it. I've got friends who's hardcore Celtics, Patriots fans and stuff. Let me give you all a fact for all those who does talk about FSG. John Henry and his team do not attend any Boston Red Sox games. None whatsoever. They are treated and met with pure hostility.
Well, if they don't turn up to the game, the fans don't want them.
When they have in the early parts, they used to go to their games. Go and even try to Google it. Henry and his crew don't turn up to Red Sox games. The fans do not want them there. And that's a fact. I have hardcore Red Sox fans and stuff. So as I tell people, I don't care about FSG, right? If I was that type of a person and I did believe in Obi and all them dark magic, I would have put a hex on them to hurry up and leave. You know?
All right. Maddie, listen, I'm going to let you run here. I'm going to get Paul and then KMACK it.
All right, big up, ends. Big up.
Big up to you, man. Appreciate you. Hey. That dark magic was mad still.
Yeah, respect what you said still, but I just feel like when the businessman thing comes out about or FSG and being poor business people, I think that's subjective to how everyone thinks because clearly they're not poor business people, and just by proxy they're not. You get me? It's subjective because obviously people think if you're a good business person, you don't let Trent run his contract down and all that stuff, but there's also the other side of it, man. If you get all you need to out of that whatever product it is, bro, then I'm fine. Remember, our club's been doing well, man. I don't even want to always talk about the business like that because at the end of the day, there's so much stuff that we're not privy to when it comes to the business side. But everyone just speaks as if they know all the different details and stuff like that. I don't really give a damn if they're whatever to do with them. And it's not the club to be run properly and enjoy the football.
Nah, Liz, this is crazy, bro. Respect others' opinion on that. No,
stupid, that's hilarious, man.
No, why are you choosing violence this early, bro? Let's get Paul in. Paul, go on, man. What are you saying?
I just Just to say, all this overreaction about Trent leaving, I think, is a lot of overkill, in my personal view. He was the least important contract we had to renew in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
I think the priority is getting Virgil's contract sorted out and Mo Salah's. And if Allison, if that comes along anytime soon. Because Trent is not Stevie Gerrard, in my opinion. If it was Stevie Gerrard, I can understand the reaction. So I think it's just an overreaction. And I think he's perfectly entitled to go to whatever club he wants to. When Welridge comes in for you, your net's gonna prick up and say and have a think about it. You're not gonna waste time ooh and ahhing about whether I should go to Real Madrid. You're gonna think about it and then you're gonna make it either stay or leave. And he's made a decision to leave. So I don't blame him for that at all.
So what do you think? So the fan base right now crashing out because obviously it's the free part. Not that I don't think it's about him leaving, but I think it's the free part. Is that he's leaving on a free. That's where the problem lies. With what I've seen people say.
Yeah, but there have been different opinions on that particular issue. I heard someone say that he already made his mind up 2 years ago when the contract situation came up, but didn't tell the club, apparently, from what I've heard.
So where are you at then? Are we, can we still compete next season even if he leaves?
Yes, we can. He wasn't that I don't think he was that important of a player, to be honest with you. He wasn't integral to us winning. On some occasions he may have been, but he's not as vital as someone like Mo or Virgil. They're more important players in my opinion. And I'd probably even argue that Alisson's probably even more integral than Trent is, in my personal view.
So you got Bradley, that's the other right back, and a lot of people are kind
Bradley?
they're putting him on a pedestal now because obviously to shoot down Trent because he's leaving on a free. What's your thoughts on Bradley taking over?
I think he probably needs a backup. I don't think he can last a season. There's always going to be some occasion when he can get injured. So we need a decent. We either need a decent person who's going to compete with him. Someone like a Wesley or Vanderson. They'd be my choices.
What, as a starter or as a backup to Bradley?
Starter.
And then Bradley still as the backup.
Or competing there. Then they can actually rotate. I mean, we do need a lot of squad rotation. We need a deep squad, in my personal view. If we're going to be challenging for 4 trophies a season, I mean, I would like to see us try and win the quad.
That's a steep feat, man. I don't know if we can go and do that.
We can if we try and address the squad depth issue, and also the issue of low blocks. Get players in that are expert at actually dealing with low blocks. A good tricky number 10, creative number 10 who's inventive and innovative. Yeah.
All right, fair. You got any more to add, Paul?
Yes.
Go on.
Yeah, I agree with that guy. The previous guy was talking about ambition, and I think he's right in everything he's actually said. In my personal view.
So, what about the owners showing ambition, or they're not showing ambition?
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. I agree with everything he said. That guy was actually spot on. They're there to make money. As simple as that. Yeah.
You don't think they've put us in a position to be successful then? Because that is the part of showing ambition, right? That they put us in a
well, the stadium. What's that actually do? If it doesn't bring in revenue, it's no good building the stadium and building the training ground if you ain't got the players to actually continue that success. So, yeah.
All right, man.
Ain't the success that we're gonna win the league?
Yeah. Success only comes. I'm
not trolling or anything. I'm being serious. Isn't success that we're about to win the league?
We're about to win the league, yes, but we have to continue that. We have to strengthen from a position of
strength. Yeah, I understand, but we're not even given from this point on. We're about to win the league, and we haven't given anyone a chance yet because we can't predict the future.
Yeah, we've got to win it. Yeah, there's still a few games to go. It can still go wrong.
Oh yeah, but if we don't win it from this point on, that's not FSG's fault.
Yeah,
Can't be, can it? From this point on, it can't be FSG's fault if we don't go on and win the league. Because what can they do from this point on?
That's a great point.
Yeah, I just.
All right, Paul. Big up to you as always, man. Hope you everything's blessed.
Thanks
And
for having me on, gentlemen.
always,
Yeah,
man.
Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
You
or the rest
too.
of your day, anyway. Take care, lads.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, it always sounds like I'm trolling that because people go quiet, but I'm asking valid questions, man. Like, I don't, because you made a good point, and you said about, you know, we've done all this stuff and then stadium and all that business, and said it's no good if it can't continue success, but it has. And as I said, like the fine margins, the fine margins ain't coming down to them, the owners. And if people don't believe me, the previous manager said that in his last interview. They asked him about, and he said, "Do you think buying another player would have got me over the line? One more point." He wouldn't have, bro. That's in-game management. And he took ownership for that. So I don't see why we're trying to rewrite stuff when the man's already told you the reason why we didn't go over the line on certain things. And Man City's just a great team. See the ones when we got them stupid amounts of points in that. That's just Man City being a better team than us, bro. And I just had to deal with that. But I don't see how that shows lack of ambition. As I said, it might not match up with what the fans want. But when you ask that question all the time, ask the fans what shows ambition. Everyone's got a different answer. So there's no one thing, is there? Like if one fan says 200 million in the transfer window, but then the other fan says 300, then what? Like what is that tangible thing? I really would like to know what people's thought on it. Or has everyone just tell the truth? So I'm bored of this ownership now. I'm bored of how it's ran, and I'd run something different where we can splash cash. And if that's your answer, that's fine. I can't even argue with it. But to lie and say like poor business people and all this business, I'm like, I don't know about somebody buying a club for that cheap and turning it into $1 billion company, and then you know that comment where people go, "Oh, they just want to make money." Brother, that is literally what business is.
Gotta start making some dough.
No, you know what a business what don't make non-profit is what a business what don't make no money. But that's literally what business is, bro. And they're not football fans. So unless you get an owner who is a fan of your football club, which is very rare, by the way, you think Jim Radcliffe's gone into Man U not to make money?
Yeah, he's definitely not gone in there to go broke. He's definitely gone in there to make a profit on his investment.
He's not gone in there to see because I'm coming here because I want to make Hoyland better and score goals and that. Like business. And by the way, this don't mean I'm agreeing on it, but that is what business is. Otherwise, you're a volunteer, but it's voluntary work.
No, I did that once. Maybe KMACK has the answer. Maybe Joshua after has the answer. Let's see, man. KMACK, big up, bro. Talk to us.
Sorry, man. Sam's just cracked me up there, like voluntary workers.
No, it just confused. Honestly, I'm just like, because I know everyone thinks, and I do troll a lot, but I'm being deadly serious. Like, I don't understand them kind of comments about businessmen, and it's like when people make comments about YouTubers saying, "Oh, you just want to get views and that." Yeah, no shit, bro.
That's why we're on YouTube.
Yeah. I'm not here for no one to watch my videos. But pointless then. Might as well talk to my son. Anyway, big up him.
Go on, KMACK. Talk to us, man. What's your point?
I think what's quite wild is so you want us to just spend loads of money. How's that done with Chelsea? How's that done with Chelsea? Spent like what 1.5 billion in the last 2 years? Yeah. They're like fourth in the table, like in the Europa League, like struggling to get past Stockholm. Like see how that does you. Like at the end of the day, like the owners are just owners. Like it's the people that they employ to run the club which have made us successful. Like all they've done is bought the club. Like we'd be more pissed off if they were like the Glazers and they were taking money out of the club relentlessly every single year. That's when we'd be really pissed off. So be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for, because you end up with people that have no idea how to run football, how to run football clubs, getting involved in trying to run football clubs, and they end up doing bad stuff. Like we're lucky that we've got guys that have gone, you know what, we don't know a lot about running football clubs, so we're going to get some people that do it. And we ended up having some good people that did it. And in my lifetime, in the last 10 years, I have seen my club do incredible things and win everything and get to numerous finals and have some of the most incredible football matches I've ever seen in my life. And I'm really privileged to experience that. And for our fans to just sit there and moan and whinge consistently is just, it's just bonkers. Like, it is just like, we're literally about to win the Premier League. Like, we're literally about to win the Premier League. Like, people were talking about the quad. So for them to whinge about FSG again, because Trent decided a couple of years ago that I'm going to sign a 4-year contract because it ends when I'm 26 and I have the opportunity to go to a Galactico, Barcelona, Real Madrid, whoever he wanted. He gave himself the opportunity to do that. And we've offered him contracts and he said no. He's allowed to do that because he's an employee of the club and he has one career. And if he wants to go and do a David Beckham left Manchester United when they were in their pomp, winning loads of stuff. Yeah. He decided that he wanted to go and play abroad. Trent's done the same. I'm cool with that because guess what? Trent isn't Liverpool. He's just an employee of the club. Like, and we're going to have another good right back, whether it's going to be Bradley, whether it's going to be someone else, is regardless. I'd be more peed off, yeah, if it was a Mo Salah or it was a Virgil who's been telling us all season that they want to sign a new contract, yeah, and we don't offer them any contracts and they leave the club. That's when I'm going to be more peed off. But for Trent, he wanted to go to Real Madrid. He was twerking for them. His brother gave him a nickname called McManaman. And we all know about it. So it's fine. But to blame FSG for it, what? Like, an ambition is getting the guy back at the club who made us pretty special with all of the signings that he did under Jurgen in Michael Edwards. Like, how many teams have lost a legend manager and their director of football and fell to pieces and waited how many years to get back on the pedestal? Manchester United are still waiting. Yeah. Arsenal never did anything. We have lost a lot and we are about to win a league title. Like, we are privileged and we should be so happy for that. And we should be supporting the club all the way to the end of the season. And then if you're going to be there, lads, then we're in the parade. The real one with millions of fans. So to whinge about Trent and whinge about ambition and FSG, give your heads a wobble, seriously, and just get behind the club for the next couple of games because we're going to get a guard of honour soon. And that's all I've got to say on it, guys. All right. Great show though, man.
Yeah, okay, man.
And I'm going to go and do a YouTube channel on my own now with no one watching. Voluntary
work, bro. Sometimes you have to, bro. All right, say less.
Big up, guys. Big up.
That's mad. He's saying voluntary work, Sam. That's the new thing now. All right, I hear it, man.
Yeah, you know what it is, man. You know what it is, bro. I think a lot of people want to lie to themselves and that. We all do stuff for a certain outcome, innit? So there's nothing wrong with that, bro. I don't understand why it became a negative thing, bro. And like I said, I'm not trolling today, bro, so I'm being serious, man. Everyone has the right to be... If you're disappointed that Trent's leaving because you're a fan of Trent and all that stuff, that, yeah, man, that's disappointing. I'll be disappointed if anyone left you're a fan of and stuff, but I reckon if we go back to everyone's content around that Man U game, you know, when he stunk up the place and that, we'll go to them comment sections. I think you might want to do a video on that. I think we'll find out that Bear Man was saying to get out of the club anyway, bro. But yeah, I mean, I just think that, like, I think us as fans we're the middle of business people in it, because the footballer is a business person as well, him and his agent, and the club's best interest is the football club and making themselves money, and the player's best interest is himself and making himself money and his family and whoever. So I just feel like when a club's ready to discard a player and the player has no say in it, and as long as you don't like the player, you're fine with it, innit? I.e., man, them don't like Nunes. So, for example, say Nunes doesn't want to leave, but man are ready to discard him. No one's going to be on this, you know, all this righteous thing about the club because they agree with it. But if they did the same thing about Virgil, it would be completely different. And as you've seen, every caller so far today have said, the ones who are like, oh yeah, just get over it, Trent's going to go, blah, blah, blah. But if it's Salah and Virgil, then we've got a problem. That answer alone tells you that everyone ain't standing on business, because you're basically saying, my morals change depending on what player it is. It really should be that you feel exactly the same about Trent as you do Virgil and Salah, and whatever happens, isn't it? How can you have the two different things? It's all right because it's Trent, but if it's Salah and Virgil, and if that's the truth, then that's fine. It just shows that everyone wants their own best interest as a fan, which we all do. So let's stop lying to ourselves, bro. Because if this was Chiesa, bro, nobody cares, innit? You know what I mean?
All right, listen, big up to everyone inside, man. Guys, make sure you're liking the video. If it's your first time here, man, consider subscribing to the channel. Let's get Joshua in, then Carl. I did see Mike probably dipped out to come back. Joshua, mate, what are you saying, bro? What you prefer, Joshua or Josh, my bro? Which one?
Say that again?
Joshua or Josh?
Joshua, man, Joshua.
I say less, bro. God,
yeah,
man.
what you guys saying? Everybody good?
Chilling, man. You brought the sun.
Yeah, I'm not a little bit of sun. I'm just out of work right now, but I'm listening to you guys speak. I'm listening to the people speak, and there's a few things that obviously, like, let's be honest, like with Trent leaving, he's a big man. I know that we're Liverpool supporters, but we don't have no control over a man's career. We don't have no control over a man's life. If he wants to go, he's 26. Let him do what he needs to do. All of this abuse, calling him a rat, calling him a snake, I get it. We're not getting any money for him. But come on, man, it's a bit over the top. But there was something that was said earlier about ambition and stuff like that. And then a couple comments was made that what could we have done? You know, that even that Jurgen Klopp said if we would have signed an extra player, it wouldn't have got us the extra point. Come on, man. Are we really saying that? Are we really believing that?
That's what the gaffer said, though.
And
are we really believing that? But like, think about it, yeah. I want to take you guys back to. I don't want to, you know, like bring up things, but I want to take you guys back to the quad season, yeah. In that December period, in that quad season, I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a period where we drew to Tottenham, we lost to Leicester 1-0, yeah. And can you remember our midfield on them days? Can you remember our midfield?
I can't remember
in the Tottenham game. We played Tyler Morton, if I'm correct, and Naby Keita, because we had so many injuries in our midfield at that moment in time. Yeah, in that quad season, that is where we lost the league within that November to December period. November as well, we lost a game to West Ham 3-2. Oxlade-Chamberlain started in the midfield because we had quite a few injuries. You're trying to tell me if we didn't bring in an extra midfielder in that moment of time, just coming off with the back of losing so many defenders in that previous season, yeah, and only going out in that summer and signing Konate, that we wouldn't have had an extra push, an extra couple of points in that time. We lost on this I think it was Boxing Day, 1-0 to Leicester. We lost, yeah. So to try and say that, you know, getting an extra signing, and the thing is as well is, as Liverpool fans, we haven't been asking to spend 150 mils, 200 mils like a Chelsea. We rather like spend a 30 mil, spend a 40 mil, spend a 50 mil. Do you know what I mean? That's what we're asking. We're not asking for 200, 300, 400 mil like a Chelsea, like a Man City, like they just did in January. We're not asking for that. We're just asking for a little bit.
Can I also, because I agree with what you're saying in terms of maybe bringing a player and then that can help you. But also, the gaffer, we have to listen to what he says, because the gaffer himself said in that period itself as well, said, why would I want to buy a player if I'm waiting for the other guy to come back from an injury just for short term? That's what he said with his own mouth.
Yeah, 100%.
So then you look like maybe they go like, maybe, I don't know. I'm not speaking from a position as if I know. But maybe Klopp hears, we think you should go and get another midfielder. He could turn around and go, no, find, in his words, find solutions within the squad. So then if he says that and also then goes, now rather wait until the other guy's back because I don't want to have a short-term solution because I've got X, Y, and Z to come back. And I get it. I'd get the frustration, but I've seen the manager say some mad things sometimes. I'm like,
100%.
Maybe they offered him the money and he said, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah, because he started that season with an interview saying that he was happy with the midfield, and and then
Oh,
we
yeah.
Because he said
also,
I can't
yeah.
find a perfect midfielder. He has to
Yeah.
be 6
And
foot.
I think
and he
I
has
think
to
your
head
point's
the ball
valid
and
as
all of
well.
this.
But I think your point's completely valid, and we did end up just a point behind City. But the problem is that within those games as well, it wasn't like we had those games, couldn't create any chances, and we're like, damn man, if only FSG had got a Klopp
Nah, that Leicester 1-0, we couldn't create anything at all. Our
it
midfield
didn't
was
in
so
the Leicester
bad
one
in
0
that game.
the Leicester
The
1-0
Tottenham game.
because the Leicester
When
1-0 the Leicester 1-0 we
yeah,
missed a penalty.
yeah,
That's the one
but
we
we
got
was
penalty.
bad in that game.
And then
We
the
was bad in
rebound
that
came out and went to Mane. Yeah, I remember because I went to the Leicester. We played Leicester twice in a week because I was at the
yeah,
game in the League Cup just before that. So I'm not
yeah,
saying you're completely wrong. I'm just saying that in that game we were terrible, and they scored their goal. Remember, they didn't do anything all game apart from they
yeah.
took a quick throw in and Lookman ran through and scored. That was all they did all game. And Schmeichel was pretty good in that game. And that, but I remember it. Salah took the penalty, he missed. Mane tried to do
Yeah.
some diving header on the rebound.
But
That's
obviously
one
there
thing.
was like 3 or 4 games in that period where we dropped points. But I'm just saying, I'm not saying that point just to be like, oh, it's just that game, that's why we
No,
lost.
I hear it. I hear it.
No. But I'm
Yeah,
just saying, like, the injuries in that time period is
yeah,
a deciding factor as why you finish 1 point off the run.
yeah. I agree. Yeah, I hear it.
But nonetheless, like I can't say that these guys are bad businessmen. They're not bad businessmen. These guys turned a £300 million investment into worth something over £4 billion in 10 years. Any businessman can say, what's that? 1,000% on your
Yeah.
investment and or more is incredible. Do you know what I mean? So, you can't criticize them for that. But one thing that you can criticize them for is how we're running in regards to wages, how we're running in regards to things of that nature. It's not 10 years ago anymore. It's not
Yeah.
15 years ago anymore. You have to keep up with the times. Players want to be paid a certain amount of money. Do you know what I mean? You look at like people like Kelleher is still on a contract where he's getting paid £10,000 a week.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He's 24, 25, 26 years old. He can't be getting paid £10,000 a week. Curtis Jones getting paid less than whatever it is. And I know to us as working class people, it's big money. But to footballers, they don't want to come for these types of salaries.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, we're gonna have to keep up with the times. We have to keep up with the times, and we can't keep paying our players and saying it's a sustainable model. I get it, it is. I get it, it is. But if you want to be a big boy and you call yourself the richest club in the world, and you say that you make some of the most profits in the world, you get some of the biggest TV revenues in the world, Champions League revenues, all of these things and that nature, you can't be scrimping and scramping in regards to wages, because you're only going to have people who are not going to want to come play for the club. You're not going to be able to attract the players that you want to attract, and you're just going to do what we have done, which has been a great model in regards to bringing in young players and allowing them to grow and play with the team. But come on, we're Liverpool. We deserve more than that. We should be aiming for the best. And I'm not saying quads every season because it's unattainable. It's not that it's unachievable. But what I am saying is, and we are going to win the league this year, which is amazing. But if you think about it right now, how many contracts do we have to do? We're in a bit of a mess right now. We've got so many contracts to do. Really, we have to kind of replace a whole defense, a right back, a left back, another centre back, at least maybe 2, because we're gonna have to replace Gomez. We're gonna have to potentially replace Konate. Van Dijk potentially. We're gonna potentially have to replace Konate next summer. Yeah. In regards to the attack, we're gonna at least have to replace 3 people there. We're in a bit of a mess right now, and we ain't gonna do this by not being able to pay. And one last point I want to make is, the thing is that we have right now and that we're seeing with this squad, especially the younger boys, is they're seeing some of these older guys, and they're seeing some of these older guys being pushed out of the door because of potentially not being able to want to be paid wages, or potentially not being respected in regards to what they've done for the club. What are they going to think? What are they going to think? Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. We'll leave it at that. But bless up you guys.
Let me
Thank
ask
for
you
having me
before
on.
you go. I know you
Oh,
obviously
yeah.
at work. Let me ask you a quick one as well. Then, what does next season look like to you now? So this is done and dusted. Premier League in the bag. Win it, celebrate, trophy parade, all of that. Now, where do you see us going?
Listen, to be honest with you, at the start of the season, I didn't think we were going to do what we've done this season. Like, we've gone way further than what we've done. So I thought that this season was going to be a season, get third place, maybe get a domestic cup, and solidify a playing style with Slot, sort out the contracts, potentially sign another player. And I thought next season is the time where we would have had a Van Dijk, Salah signed up, potentially a Trent even signed up, and go on to challenge for the big trophies. The fact that we're going to win the Premier League, because we are, fans talking about, we're going to crumble from here is just rubbish. We're not going to crumble from here. We're going to win the Premier League. The fact that we've done that, what is next season going to look like? It's a sticky one because fans' expectations are going to be high right now, right? They're going to say, listen, like, we've won the Premier League. We want to kick on from here. I think everything depends on signing up Van Dijk. I think Van Dijk is more important to sign up than Salah. I can't lie. Salah is a brilliant, amazing, quality player. One of the best players we've seen play for Liverpool. But Van Dijk is more important because, one, I don't see a better centre-back in the world still. And two, you can always replace Salah's goals with two other players. Salah's goals and assists with two other players. You buy it, I know it's unlikely, but you buy it, Isak, and you buy another right winger, and you replace Salah's goals and assists. Do you know what I'm saying? So what does next season look like? It depends on if we sign up a Van Dijk again, and if we potentially sign up a Salah. If we lose a Van Dijk and we lose a Salah, it's looking sticky, boy. Why it's looking sticky? Why it's looking sticky? It's looking long because who are we bringing through? Tell me who we're bringing through.
Hey, listen, man.
They're saying about Mark Gay. So, okay, you're going to bring in Mark Gay. They're saying about a Hoyson. Okay, you're bringing the Hoyson. All right. But then, do you see Liverpool going out and spending 200 million? Because if you lose Van Dijk and you lose Salah, we're also talking about having to replace a Nunes and a Jota. We're also talking about having to replace a Robertson and a Tsimikas. Come on. What are we doing?
Hey, run the Young Bucks, man. That's what we have to do.
What are we doing?
Yeah,
and I'm a Liverpool fan, and I've been a Liverpool fan for 20 years plus, 25 years plus. Yeah. So I've seen the different ups and downs of being a Liverpool fan. Yeah. And right now we're in you can't deny we're still in one of the best places we've ever been as a club for the past 10, 15 years.
100%. But
things need to be sorted because us as Liverpool fans, we've had too long as being, as Bruno would say, bridesmaids. We're not bridesmaids. We should be winning top honours. Yeah, we can't be. We shouldn't be a project team. We should be a team that's competing for those top honours year in, year out. We should be. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man. I'm gonna leave it at that. But bless up and thank you guys for having
me. As always, man. Big up, man.
Yeah. Take care of yourself, man.
You too, bro.
It's a good call, man.
Yeah.
It's funny, yeah, because it just feels like to me that I think loads of people are writing some of the stuff the same, but the solution to these problems, the only solution is FSG selling the club. So when I come across so relaxed about these things, that's the only solution because they're not. We have no evidence that they're going to break any kind of wage structure and all that business. They've done it once for Salah and made sense that it's Salah in it. That's the only time they've ever done it in the whole time they've been here, bro. Over a decade.
Do you know how crazy that is?
The evidence tells you, bro, like it's not. You get me? Evidence tells you, bro, like they're probably not going to do that because which player is going to be bigger from this point on? Which player is going to be bigger or more important than Salah? Apart from someone like Virgil who's already here, bro. There won't be in it. I think they do that on purpose and the way the club's run on purpose. I mean, that's not coming from FSG. They employ somebody to run the football side of stuff. So from that point, it's like Liverpool have always tried to keep everyone on like an even keel, not too many superstars and that in it. That way you can have that kind of wage structure. We don't have the big egos and that. People have built them while they've been here, but that's why we don't buy the top world-class players and stuff. And when it comes to like, what Josh was saying about, okay, you could lose Virgil and all this, but then eventually we're going to lose them, bro. You get me? So maybe sometimes I'm too optimistic about certain things, but and I know fans will speak in hindsight now. Nah, yeah, I already knew about this player, but there's many players that will turn up at Arsenal or City and stuff like that, and then you only started rating them once you saw them at that club, innit? But before that, you was like, how are they going to replace Company? You get what I'm saying? Because like for example, you man, the footballing guys, but you know what Roddy was like before he got to City, bro, and you know what Roddy was like when he got to City, bro. Man, we're rating him like that. I know what Cancelo was like before he got to City at the time as well. While we've been in the Prem watching them, we've lived through Arsenal fans wanting to get rid of Gabriel, hating him. Now he's one of the better centre backs. They loaned Saliba out. Now he's one of them. So I'm saying, like, I'm always going to be a bit optimistic. I hear why people do it, but it's not this thing where it's like, then as long as the name's not at Liverpool, they're get this name and get that name and all that stuff, or how are we going to replace them? Sometimes you just have to accept that. Yo, for when it comes to Virgil and Salah, blood, once that era's done, it's done, bro. You ain't gonna find many more players like them. So we have to move on to the new thing, and then I'm just gonna try and be excited about that, to be honest.
Can I just say something?
Of course you can. And I'll bring in Carl after.
Yeah,
Kundini, I ain't seen this brother in a minute, bro. But I know why he's here.
I thought this stream was about Trent. Why are we even talking about FSG, bro? Like,
because the caller keeps speaking.
No, but it's not just about Trent. It's about whatever the fans want to talk about.
No, but like we're doing, even everyone here to talk about Trent, right? We're doing the same thing that we spoke about yesterday. You talk about one thing, and then you keep bringing up another thing, and I'm just like, sometimes the two things they're not always linear. Like they're not always together and correlate like that. So I'm listening to everybody, and I hear it like FSG this and that, but like I just don't understand. I really do not get the fury with like FSG. Like I actually don't even get it now.
I think they blame it. I think it's because they blame. Not that I agree, but I think they blame FSG for the Trent thing. So that's why.
No, but Savage, they've been here for what is it, 10 years, 11 years?
That's what I said. They've got no evidence of. So that's what I was trying to get across. That's why I keep speaking about it, because I'm like, they've been here for ages, bro.
We know exactly how they move. Guys, like, just get over it. Like FSG are FSG, or the owners are the whatever. Like, as in, when I actually don't care. Like, you listen to everyone call in. I'm like, I think we talk about something else, man. Like, or bring up like the Trent and maybe speak about him. I'm like, bruv, like FSG every single time. I'm like, they've been here for so long. You know exactly how they are. We've been in this relationship for so long. No one is changing, bro. So why do we keep having this conversation of like, yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, man, if FSG, so fuck all of that, bro. Like, you just got to temper your own expectations of whatever it is. I'm not saying, by the way, to anybody who's called in or anybody in the chat, I'm not saying you shouldn't have higher standards or expectations. Of course, you hear me joking about, and I'm going to say it, Musiala and Elise and all these type of brothers, yeah, of course. But the reality is, brother, I know that's never going to happen. Hence why man's not going to bring up that kind of conversation, and I'm going to look out or think outside the box. Like, oh, okay, you know what? Actually, maybe we look at, as Sav said, like maybe we, the other players that maybe we didn't really rate, and then when they get here, I don't know, like, but they've been here for so long, bro, and they don't even look like they're going to leave. So I'm just like, bro, at some point, it's like an abusive relationship that you've just decided to stay in at this point, because you are the ones moaning about it. Leave the FSG thing. Even when I see people online on spaces, I'm like, bro, you lot are nerds, bro. You actually just neat.
Dweebs and that, dorks, bro.
Bro, dorks. Like, you're talking about the same thing that you've been moaning about, but ask man to go down to the stadium and protest. Oh yeah, and everyone's quiet. Everyone is so quiet. Nobody's like the fans in the stadium. No one says anything. Now, obviously, we know that there's a different like vibe inside the stadium, outside the stadium, inside Liverpool, outside of Liverpool, etc. I get all of that, but bro, we're still with these ownership, bro. Just leave them to do what they're doing, man. If you don't like it, do something about it. If not, I beg you, just shut up, man. Because I'm actually tired of listening.
I'm basically thinking it. I mean, the man who got the flirty girl, blood. The girl that flirts with everyone and the man's like, your girl's flirting with someone. Yeah, no, blood. I got with the flirty thing, innit? Still moaning about it.
So it's like, bro, you've been in this relationship where they've been beating you and telling you, yeah, and I'm sorry, but you're like, no, it's calm. Man's just gonna stay here because I love you and all of that. I'm like, well, the reality is you are deciding to stay here. No one's forcing you to be
Yeah,
here.
but
Like,
by the fourth time she goes to her brother and like he hit me again, I'm like, brother, did I not punch this man up 3 times already, blood? Now you just have to hold the lick still.
yeah, like.
Anyways, let's get Carl in before you guys go on top of the tangent. You're on mute, by the way, Carl.
Carl stays with the technical difficulties. You know?
Yeah, I know.
Bro, you know like that.
Always have an issue. Either his camera is mashed up or the voice that like there's always an issue.
Stop shopping at Temu, blood, and wishing that, blood. You don't listen, bro. Right, pray for Carl, man. Pray for Carl.
Oh, you can't hear you, bro. See, Carl, now I'm gonna have to shift on. You're gonna moan at me, and it's gonna be my fault. Yeah, you're gonna blame me, but it's not my fault. Listen, the chat, no one can hear you speak, bro. The chat's waiting for you to say your piece. I'm gonna have to come. You have to go back in after, man. All right, man.
What's up?
I don't care, bro. Whatever, man. Go on.
What do you whatever? Congratulations on winning the league.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
I have a soft. To be fair, you're the least annoying fan base. It's probably just United and Arsenal. Arsenal are artards. I'm not gonna say it because Arsenal fans are artards. Majority of them are. United. I don't know how any religious man supports United when you've literally got a devil as a badge. So that's what doesn't make sense. I don't know if you went on social media. You got a multi-faith room, and it's literally has the United badge or outside. It's like a storage container. So that's what doesn't make sense. That's why I said to you know, KG man like Kev. I said to him, how are you, whether you're a Muslim, Jew, or a Christian, how can you support a club that has a badge as a devil and you're nicknamed the Red Devils? So that doesn't make sense. So to be fair, Liverpool have a burden. Yeah, they're all right. Just sometimes they're a bit delusional, but not as bad as Arsenal fans. I can't lie. If my son is an Arsenal fan, he deserves to get bullied. He deserves to get bullied. He doesn't get the bully, then probably a broken leg.
Wow, we do not condone violence. But go ahead, bro. Talk to us.
Yeah, I rated Onslaught. I went to watch him. I think just before he left to go to Liverpool. He won us the league. Because I was born in the Netherlands. I was born in Rotterdam. So he won us the league against juggernauts like PSV and Ajax. Now, all of a sudden, this just shows how bad the league is now. Ajax, all of a sudden, who were down in the dumps, close to relegation, are now top of the league comfortably. So Onslaught won us the league and got us to a cup final. So now he's a good manager. He is a good manager. I knew he was going to do well. And I think you guys deserve it. And it's only Arsenal fans that are discrediting your title. It's only Arsenal fans. I don't know if you've seen it yourself, but it's only Arsenal fans. From what I can see, it's only Arsenal fans who are discrediting your title. In terms of your contracts, I don't think, apart from creative wise, I don't think Trent is a big loss, in my opinion. I don't think it's a big loss as it's being made out to be, because he's going to get a real reality a wake up call when he goes to Madrid. When he struggles to notoriously Real Madrid defenders don't really defend. You've seen Marcelo. From what I can remember, I think he could defend, but he wasn't great defensively. So I don't think in terms of that, but I think if he makes a lot of defensive mistakes, he's going to probably regret the move. The Real Madrid fans are ruthless. They won't give him the time of day. So he needs to be careful what he wishes for at the end of the day. And I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, because you guys know better than me. Was he offered more at Liverpool than at Madrid in terms of wages?
I don't think you could, because they're going to give him I say a release, but they're going to give him, that money for
signing
number. So I doubt we'll be able to match what they're going to offer him. Maybe from a wage thing, yeah, probably, but not from the whole package. We're not going to be able to beat Real Madrid.
Yeah. In terms of Van Dijk and Salah, I think the club probably just want to give him a 1 year instead of like a 2 year. I don't think it's in terms of the wages is the issue, right? Or is it the wages?
No, it's not the wages. The ambition, apparently.
The ambition. Well, you're not going to get that with FSG, unfortunately, and especially living and people were saying about making change, like it has to be like anarchy for you to get rid of your owners. Like
our fans ain't on nothing. There'll be no anarchy.
Like no, I think it's just the thing in the UK. Like we're all talking, no action. We do nothing. All we do. No, I think is whether it's in the footballing realm or non-footballing realm. All we do is complain and we do nothing about it. Like like people complain about, for example, City in terms of we have no fans, or literally a lot of fans have given up their season ticket because they can't afford it. We may have great owners and stuff like that, but not really, because they don't really put, apart from 2014, they don't put a penny in. So in terms of, they don't care about the fans. A lot of people have given up their season tickets and they just want the tourists, unfortunately. I think that goes for all clubs, majority in England. So yeah, and they've become disillusioned. And I don't really like my board because they're a bunch of Barca agents. Whenever they deal with Barca, they seem to do favors for them. So
what about the man back next season then?
It depends on the summer. For me, we need to get at least 7-8 players. Because
we just spent like 200 million in January.
We're still not good enough. We're still not good enough. We got three grandfathers in midfield in Kovacic, Bernardo, and Gundogan, who aren't good enough. They don't. You remember when you had no legs? When you had Hendo and that other grandfather in Fabinho?
I'm just deep in that man said 7-8 players, bro. Liverpool could never, but this is why the whole conversation with us is dead.
We've got Aki, who's injury prone.
7-8 players.
We've got Stones, who's out for the season. We've got Kyle Walker, who's left. We haven't got a fullback. We haven't got a right back. Josko Gvardiol is now injured out for the season, so we're probably going to need a left back. What can we do? Well, Pep doesn't trust the youth because he's not like the Arsenal structure or the Man United structure who have an obsession with the youth, which I call it a Neverland Epstein project. So he doesn't care about youth, Pep Guardiola. He doesn't really care about youth, which I understand.
He wants to win, though, don't he? He wants to make sure he gets the best players in to win. Not wrong with that, but then
there's nothing wrong
in it when you want to bring through players, they're going to suffer. Yeah,
but you've got your Morgan Rogers and stuff like that, and I think a lot of people have kind of lost patience, turned on Foden. Some of them, I kind of slightly lost patience, but thought of things have come out. Apparently, he has like some sort of infection in his stomach, and he has brain fog. Whether people want to take that seriously or not, but they said the humans at the end of the day. But I could, when it comes to when players play for their national team, I'm Dutch. I only care about players who play for the Dutch team. I couldn't care less what they do.
That's fair.
So that's why I kind of have a slight agenda against Van Dijk for a guy who is meant to be the best centre back in the world. He doesn't really turn up when it comes to the Dutch Netherlands team. He seems to back out of tackles and doesn't really try. And you've got a bozo like what's his name? Who plays for United, De Ligt, who turns up better, even though he is a bozo. Turns out better than Van Dijk sometimes. So that's the
armband then.
That's why I don't know. Like you're 30, 32, 33. You might as well just retire from the national
Virgil's in preservation mode, blood. Man ain't trying to get injured. He's trying to prolong his career now. That's what it is, bro. Yeah, it's crazy still.
He's the captain. I don't know. And I think you guys will probably get if you man are ambitious, you'll probably get Hoyson from Bournemouth. He's good.
You think that's showing ambition?
I was about to say that's so crazy.
Hoyson is a baller. Hoyson is a baller.
But he's a good footballer. But that's what I'm saying, bro. This is what football's just dead now. That's Hoyson.
100% football is dead. 100%. I'm falling asleep.
Yeah, I hear you, brother. Crazy. My thing is, I'm not even saying you're wrong, but I'm just saying that is the fact of currently Hoyson is ambition, bro. Like last season, Lenny Euro was ambition, bro. Like this is crazy. Football is finished, bro.
I mean, look what he's doing. Look at what he's doing at Salford Trafford, Stretford United. They've destroyed him already. They've already destroyed him.
All right, man. Listen, bro. Big up, man. I gotta give the Liverpool man them the
space, good to hear you guys.
Hey, listen. Maybe you're back next season. Maybe you're not. Hopefully you're down for.
Hopefully.
Peace.
G ends next season. La Liga, blood. Man can't be talking about Hoyson's ambitions, but and the thing is, it's not even wrong, bro. Like, you've heard, you both have heard it all week. We've done all these videos, and the same names keep coming up. Like, to big up Mike Todd's football, to be fair, because he said the right thing. He said that Wesley looks good, but I haven't seen him play enough. I only saw half of football in it. Look out all week. Like, how many times? All of yesterday. Ain't it funny that after the one Brazil game, everyone saw him in? Man said Wesley, that's ambition. Hoyson,
Savage.
that's ambition.
I've had
Crazy,
another
bro.
one, by the way.
See?
Carl.
Sorry, go on.
Nah, get Carl back. There you go. And then who's it? Lennon and then Donna. Donna in the building, mate. Carl, you want to maybe unmute yourself so you can speak to the people?
Hey, what's up? How you guys doing?
Right, hold on. Let me sort your mic out because now you come in here with the maddest mic ever, bro.
Pray for
Turn it
Carl.
down.
Pray for Carl.
Carl, go on. Let me hear the mic because if it's mad, the people are not going to hear your points.
What's up? How you guys doing?
All right, it's
Oh,
not.
good,
It's
bro.
not too
Good,
bad.
bro.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Let me try to fix it.
Man's got
Is that better?
No, no, you don't need to shout in it. You're good. But go on.
Oh, okay. No, it just I added a bit of volume. It was very low.
Yeah, because I turned it down because it's echoey.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Go on.
Well, I'm good, man. Good to see you guys. Good to see you, Savage.
Big up,
Good
bro.
to see you, G. Big up to you guys. What do I have to say? I guess I was okay with G's statement earlier, a little bit before that caller or before I got myself out. The fact that we're here to talk about Trent, while we mentioned the whole FSG, our whole issue with the club, how club is run. I think that was a fair point. I disagree a little bit, but I think that was a very fair point. In terms of Trent, to me, I'm a lover of football. I'm a lover of Liverpool. I don't love players, even though I have I have an affinity for Van Dijk, Alisson, or even Trent or Salah. If they leave, I'm not feeling personally disappointed or personally sad about him leaving. I mean, my next thing was Frimpong looks good when I watch him against Spain. Can we make that go? That's where my head went. Who is the next guy who's going to develop in this team and do better or as well as Trent? Maybe that's Bradley, but I know he's going through injuries and can he overcome that part of his game? Because best game is the fact that you're available. If you're available to play and compete. I don't think it's a money issue. Maybe the package might be very interesting, but if we offer him a 250, 275, or almost £300 per week, I don't see how that's not a good package for 5 years. Like, what's the amount of years? I don't understand how is that not a good package or an interesting package to keep him in the team.
Yeah, he just don't want that. He just don't want the money, blood. He just wants to leave, bro. Let man fly his wings and.
Yeah. But
what else? What else is on your mind, though? You know what I mean?
What else is on my mind? It's about FSG and it's not really about FSG. It's mostly about how American view or view a European sport. It's the fact that I think these guys don't see the the guaranteed income or revenue every year. All of you have watched the NFL. Is that every year, every single team is getting $300 to $400 or $500 million, no matter what. They all getting that money, and I think that in football, in European football, it's not guaranteed, and because it's not guaranteed, those guys are always making business decision. Are we going to spend this quarter, or are we not spending this quarter? And then sometimes it frustrates fans because they're like, hey, we need to get better, we need to get better, we need to spend, and then you look at a Chelsea spending 1.5 billion, and you're like, why are we not spending? We can't even spend 1/3 of that. We can't even spend a 1/5 of that to get better. And it it fires that that anger and that frustration. But hey, each business run their model the way they wanna run it, and sometimes it just doesn't look like we taking advantage of situation.
Liz said she agrees, disagrees. Sorry. She says, as an American, I have to respectfully. She said, respectfully disagree.
Yeah, but they are guaranteed revenue. They are guaranteed revenue. They are guaranteed revenue. They get guaranteed revenue from TV rights. Every single team, no matter what, get the same amount of money. Like I don't understand what's the disagreement you having. Apart, if they make more money based on the merchandise and their commercial value, that's a different thing. I'm mostly talking about their commercial value, where everybody get the same amount in the same pot. No one gets it different. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think there's much to disagreement with that.
I know what you're talking about, because I know what you're talking about. Because in the Premier League, it's like the 22 mil or something from the Prem, where everyone gets the same, but it's way less than it.
It's way less, yeah.
It's way less, yeah.
It's way less, and that's why they tried to create the Super League. They were
I understand.
guaranteed money by just existing there.
Yeah, I understood it
that's
completely.
their issue. I think that's the biggest issue that some of the European fans don't understand. They want their guaranteed money.
Yeah.
And they're not getting it.
Carl, let me ask you a different question.
Yeah.
Let me ask you
Go
a different question, because I can't bother to keep talking about FSG and money and all that stuff.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
What about why do we, for some reason, why does Luis Diaz perform when he's away from Liverpool, but when he's at Liverpool he doesn't perform?
He does perform at Liverpool.
I agree with that statement, Savage. I think that he's a very unlucky player sometimes. He tried to do. I feel like he's trying to do too much, and then he ends up tripping on his own feet. I don't know. Sometimes you just need to simplify his game. Maybe that's something he needed to learn from Salah. Try to simplify his game a little bit, and understand when to do those extra things. I've never had an issue with Diaz. Yes, he could score more and assist more, but in terms of effort and play, I don't necessarily think that he's been bad for us. I just think that he needs to produce more, but I don't think he's been a bad player for us. I don't think he's been a negative, as sometimes we can see with with Darwin Nunez when he plays. Sometimes I don't think he has been that player. I just think that he needs to improve his not performance, but his productivity to the team. And I think if he was more productive, I think we're a more deadlier team. But because he's not, it feels like he is not doing his end of he's not doing his part on that side of the field, on the left wing of the squad. And you see the difference, but because Gakpo is producing, but Gakpo is also not doing some of the things that Diaz is not doing. Running at defenders, trying to pass by them. He's more of a very direct. So and then he scores. So now people are saying, "Hey, I want Gakpo more than Diaz." But when I kind of see them at the same level.
He's saying Alexander said 43 games, 4 goals, unlucky. All right, Carl. And then Scrap said, yeah, ain't his 2 minutes up yet. No, they're not feeling what you're saying, bro. I don't know what's going on. What have you done to the fan base?
Look, man, you can look at every single stat and then put and aggregate them and then be like, he's a bad player because in this amount of games he hasn't scored. Like, I mean, scoring doesn't necessarily prove that you're a great player. There has been great scorer in the game, but they're not that much of a great player. They don't actually help the team win. They don't do anything. They don't. It doesn't flow properly. And then you've seen them being dismissed or sold and then you're like, yo, how did this team sell this player? He scores so many goals, and then they bring someone else, and then you seen it being more productive. I just think that when he's in the squad, whether him and Gakpo, I think they're in the same level. They play well. They when we clicking.
Yeah.
I think the last 2 weeks, because of the disappointing result. Now we saying, oh, you only scored 4 goals. That was never the issue. That wasn't the issue when we were winning those games. I think we're just having a moment that we're like, oh, this 2 weeks have been shit for us, so therefore they're shit. And then now we're looking at, oh, you haven't scored in 43 games. If we have won against PSG and won the League Cup, none of this conversation is happening about the fact that he didn't score in 4 games.
Oh, no,
Maybe at the end of the season. But
but Carl, to be
now.
fair, they've been cooking him even before that. It's not like I don't think it would have changed their opinion because we were still winning games, and there was still sets of fans saying like, "Yo, he needs to do better." To be fair,
no issue with doing better. The issue is that he's. Maybe I'm miscategorizing that comment, but he's shit. Is that's the feeling I'm getting?
No, Carl, man, what have you done to these guys in the chat, bro? They're not feeling what you're saying, man. I didn't. It's a calling, guys. You guys can click the link and call in.
I don't see the chat. I don't care about the chat, my guy.
No, but I can see it, bro. So I can see it. So I can't keep a straight face. They're killing me there, bro.
Well, it's okay for them to kill me, man. They're angry. They're angry at the team. They're angry at the team for not winning a Carabao Cup. They're angry at the team for not getting further in the FA Cup. They're angry at the team for not reaching the quarterfinal of the Champions League. And then they blaming every single player. They blame players. That is all fair. But my point doesn't negate the fact that I think Diaz is okay. Do I want him to be sold next year? I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it, so we could bring someone younger and maybe better. But that doesn't negate the fact that I think he's okay. He's been okay for us.
Carl, listen, I'm gonna have to let you go, bro, because I can't. I'm listening, but these man and then Sav as well, man. They're all Sav is winding me up, and I can't concentrate, Carl. Appreciate you as always, bro, for calling in.
I understand you're running a democracy.
Scrap said he's angry at you, not Trent.
What did you say, Savage?
Scraps, he said that he's not angry at Trent, he's angry at you.
Oh, that's great. That's great, man. That's great. That's great.
Carl, go in the chat and defend yourself, please, because I can't have.
I don't have that kind of time, man. I don't have that kind of time for this
no
bullshit.
problem. I'll see if I can. I'll keep you informed, but big up to you nonetheless, bro.
Well, let me know how they feel, and I'll tell you how much I don't give a fuck.
All right. Oh man, let's get London in the building, man. Let's run through it, man. Big up, thanks for waiting, man.
Yeah, good afternoon, Ernst.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Jenny. How are you? Yeah, great. Oh wow. We're enjoying the show. Actually, I think your platform with Savage, G as well, has been more objective compared to all our Liverpool platform, all others. It's been crazy since yesterday. I couldn't sleep till 3 o'clock in the morning. See, what I just want to contribute, people have spoke many truths about, but there's no point talking about FSG anyway, because your owner is your owner. You can't change it, except if they sell. So we just forget about that. We also need to pray you have a good manager and then have good player. Wherever money, it's not about spending billions and billions as well. But we know things have changed. We need to spend a little bit more. But whatever they give us, if the manager can do it, and then that's what Younger Club. Younger Club was very unfortunate. I mean, was unlucky that Pep was in England. If Pep wasn't here, probably Younger Club would have go with 4 Premier League titles, and the story would have been different today. So it's just like that. About Trent, majority of our fan base who are mad at him, who are cursing him and on Twitter, burning shit and things like that. They have to understand one thing. I know it's emotion, We are an emotional fans, an emotional club, and everything like that. But let's roll it back to 2017 when Nathaniel Klein got injured. And then our assistant manager then was Pep Linda. He said, I have a boy in under 17 team that can actually play. He said, okay, let me watch the video. He did. And then he said, let me go and see him physically in the training ground. Then they brought Trent. Then he said, I will make up, because I watched that interview. He said, it's not a problem. I will deal with that about the deficiency. He said, but what offered the team is 90% compared to what he cannot do. Just like every human being, there is a weakness and it's your strength. You can't focus on your weakness. You will not make it in life. So that was what the manager capitalized on. He capitalized on what he can give, his strength, and then he's able to help him also to improve his weakness. All right. He becomes a professional player under the greatest manager that we have during the Premier League era, except if this current manager now will win more titles than him, then that can change as of today. Klopp is still the greatest manager during the Premier League era. All right. He brought him. He was playing for us. People should go and watch those games back. He's a special player. Even though today or since yesterday, people are getting mad and forgetting all the great things, all the quality that is. Nobody after David Beckham, I think if you look at English player, Trent should be the next person. You understand? But people forgot all those things. And everybody is causing, I'm going to say every majority, really. You understand what I mean? Causing, oh, it's like that. He doesn't have ambition. He's going for money. He's going to, we are all working. We are a working class. If I get a job today that will pay me more or that the condition will be better than where I am, you understand? I will go. Even the company I'm working with presently, they are owned by the Americans. And I know how Americans run their business. So that's why I don't too much talk about owners. Yeah, that's what I mean. Okay, club brought Trent, right? He was playing for us very well. And all of a sudden, club decided he wants to leave. I just want us to see the human aspect of it, even though majority of our fan base are disregarding that now. The manager that this guy knows was Klopp. In February last year, this man just come and announced that he's leaving. Nobody expected. Even the senior players, even we that we are fans all around the world, we are all dejected. We can't believe that this man will be leaving, even though he bought brand new midfield. We think we are going to go again. Next 2-3 years, it's going to be great. We're going to win 2 or 3 titles, and this man say he's leaving. What do we expect Trent to do? Even that affected Salah, that affected Van Dijk, that affected Robinson, Alisson, those senior players. Since that last year, I said to my wife in this house, I said, the person that will be affected mostly is Trent. My wife said, why? I explained to my wife. I say, this guy is like a stepfather to Trent Club. It's like a stepfather. I say him leaving without even like, you know, there is a way you want to live your plan, and maybe the players, you talk with them. Maybe some of the players, okay, I will be leaving in a year's time or 2 years or after my contract or things like that. Then they can prepare. But it's a shock to everybody and really affected Trent. It's from that position I'm looking at it. Since that last year, actually, I said, I don't think this guy will play with the next manager. And when we have Slot came in, and Slot did that interview with Ferdinand, and he was saying, oh, no. I prefer those midfielders than him. I said to myself, and I said to my wife in this, I said, I don't think Trent will stay. My wife said, why? I said, he's going to leave. He said, where? I said, probably outside England. I don't think he'll go to any club in England. You understand? So we need to look at things from human aspect of life, how it affected the guy. Even the contract we are saying today, some of our fans who are saying, oh, he doesn't sign. Why can't he get how much? I take all of them the same. I don't care whether it's Salah, whether it's a Van Dijk. Salah haven't signed.
Yeah.
Van Dijk haven't signed. So what's the difference? There's no difference. They are all players playing for us. We are the fan that remain. The player comes and they go. And then the comparison with Gerrard. We shouldn't be comparing. The era is different. Do we have the social media that we have the Gerrard era?
True.
Every little things today goes on WhatsApp, on Instagram, on everything, on TikTok and everywhere. Do you have it? No. And for a fact, I was talking to my wife in this house this morning around 3 a.m. Say, oh, you don't want to sleep? I say, it's too much for this. I say, I only need to just be praying for this guy, that God will just protect him. He can just go safely. He has done a lot for us. I mean, potentially, he will win two. I mean, he'll be among the team that win two Premier League title and one Champions League for us. It's okay. It can't be Gerrard. Today, I know Gerrard make a decision to stay. That is his own decision. Because if my father is poor, that is the decision of my father. That doesn't mean I have to choose to be poor. If my father chose to be poor, that is his problem. So because Gerrard decided to stay, does not mean Trent will now say, okay, you know what? I'm going to stay also because Gerrard stayed. No. He can have other plan. He can have other ambition, how he wants to accomplish things in his life. It's a different player. The way they were playing during Gerrard period is not the way they are playing football now. Things have changed. So we need to take things easy rather than causing him and doing all those things. He doesn't want it. Let us leave that. Even some people, I see some of our even top platform YouTubers say, I don't want to see him on that board. Why not? When we win the league, he's among the people that will actually make us to win the league. If he didn't get injured in that game that he get injured, probably will win it. People should go and watch the game against Newcastle when we play them away. We brought in Trent. See the way his combination with Salah. So these things, we shouldn't forget it. The human part. I know people are emotional. Oh, he didn't give us money. He didn't. Trent came free. People need to understand that. I want to give this example because I know thousands of our fans are watching around the world. I have a family friends that her son play football for Drogheda United in Dublin. I'm calling from Ireland. When the boy was in primary school, he used to take him for practice, go. Then there was a time, the boy was 12 now. And they were doing selection, which players to pick. And he was late from school. The mother was running at a high speed. He beat a traffic light, of which they sent her a bill. And when she was narrating that story to us, me and my wife, I was telling her, I said, why will you do that? You know, they're going to say they can take you to court now. She now said to me, he said, "LANNON, if I didn't do it, it's possible they won't pick my son that day." He said, it's better for me to go to court. This is just an example. This is what parents go through before their children become professional. Most of us don't know. Most of our fans, even FSG has not even been here by then. They didn't know what the parents of Trent went through. It's only when he becomes professional, that's when we now know he's playing for us. It's in first team now. But we don't know what the parents. And it's a partnership. It's not that, he just want to play for Liverpool when he was 6, 7, 12 years, and then Liverpool was paying for transport, paying for 5-star hotel for him. It's never like that. Anybody who has family, friends, you will see what they go through. Their parents have to do all those things. Pay for them, drop them, go and pick them after training, bring them back home. They do their own work. Tomorrow they need to go again. It involves a lot of things. So we need to just take things easy. I know I'm not saying people should agree with my opinion. I respect everybody's opinion. But the way people are getting mad that it's very bad, it's a shit player. These are fans that say, oh, he can't defend. Look at TalkSport, what they were talking today. Oh, when they get to Real Madrid, how he can't defend. They'll be leaking goals. But that's not your problem. He's not a guy in England anyway. Jamie Carragher, just shut up. It's not your problem what he does when he gets to Spain. That is his life. He has chosen. And I believe anybody who knows football, and I thank God for the platform I'm speaking, a majority of people on this platform, they know about football. He will be successful in Spain. He will be successful. People think, oh, no, he'll be rubbish. Football is only about defend. It's only about that. We defend. How many Champions League title has a Premier League club won in the last 10 to 15 years? Look at Spain. The Spain, we always say, oh, only Real Madrid win every time. Only Barcelona. They have won probably 15. If they win this year, with 16. How many have we won? but we condemning them. Look at the way when Paris Saint-Germain beat us, I told my wife, I say, this is Liverpool 18-19, 19-20. That is the way we play on that club. High intensity. So I just pray he will be successful. We should just relax. Everything will be okay. It's fine. It's not a problem. We shouldn't, whatever player we get, we go. For me, we should just celebrate because nobody expected we're going to win the league now. We are winning it. We celebrate. If it's 5 years time again, we win again, we celebrate. There's no point. We are not a club that we think will win every year. We are not Real Madrid. And to those PR of Liverpool PR who always say, oh, they offer him 300,000, 400,000. We shouldn't believe it. These are the same Liverpool journalists and mass media, some of them on Talk Sports, some of them on Sky, and say, oh, they offer him this, they offer it. They are the one who told us when club was here that, oh, this summer is a war chest. No, ends. You know what I'm talking about.
I remember, bro. I remember.
How many war chests we already have? Now they are telling us now, oh, Trent can go. We are going to get Isaac. If Isaac is 150 million, are we going to spend 3/4 of our summer transfer on one player? Is it reasonable? Or you think people they are very stupid? So we need to relax. Whatever. For me, I pray that Salah can stay. And if he doesn't stay, there's nothing we can do. If Van Dijk doesn't stay, nothing we can do. Even there are some of our fans say, oh, why Van Dijk cannot take 150 and go? He's 33. And I want to tell our fans today, they should go and Google how old was Modesti when he left Bayern Munich to Real Madrid. They are paying currently £524,000 a week. He's the highest paid player in Barcelona team. And he's 36 years old. But we want Salah to take 200 or 180. Say, oh, 350 is too much. We think the job I'm doing 5 years ago, I'm still doing the same job. I haven't paid the same amount. No, I have a pay rise already. But we want Salah to say, oh, no, 350 is too much. 350. Why? Really? No problem. We go to Bournemouth or go to wherever, Sheffield United, and sign players and bring them. So thank you so much, Ernst.
You're welcome, bro, man.
Gee, thank you so much. Savage also. Thank you so much. Thanks, yeah.
I know my text message keep going off. Can you guys hear it? It was just going off.
Yeah, man. PA and that.
Yeah, my bad, guys. My bad.
How you feeling, G? You good?
Yeah, I had lunch. I don't know about you, man, but these conversations were going on for time. Big up everyone calling in, but I'm saying the same thing, man. I had the meal prep ready. I was like, bro, I need to eat now.
Nah, you man in the comments are wicked, you know.
You
know when I'm on when I'm on stream like with stuff and that, yeah, I see some of the comments, man. They're rude, you know. There's no holds bar, man. But geez, wow. I think that's it, lads.
Hey, man, pray for Trent, man. I like that.
Yeah, Trent. You know, I'm looking forward to stuff. Obviously, the league game, right? I don't know if he's going to be fit for it, and maybe he is, maybe he's not. Who knows, bro? Or whenever
Tuesday night game, isn't it?
Yeah, bro. Even if he better not turn up to the stadium. That's what
would happen if he was fit for the Everton game? The Everton fans would cheer him.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Usually, like, I don't even care about these things, but you know what? Trent, do your thing, man. I don't even like Real Madrid, but bro, do your thing, man. Just leave, bro, because you lot are just moany, sad, bro. No one cares, man. Trent, go live your life. Go to Real Madrid, have fun, do whatever it is you're gonna do over there. Just live your career, man. Like, that's all it is at the end of the day. Man's got one career, man. One career. And listen, man. Listen, I'm not saying don't be upset. Obviously, we can be annoyed about the whole situation, of course. Like, he's a good player. He's our best right back that we've had for God knows how many years. But yeah, man, the reality is he's gone. I don't care anymore. Like, we've already finished now. Do you know what I mean? Like, once a player is declared that they want to leave, that's it. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, fruit salad, man.
The man said, have fun. Must be something in his food.
Nah, man. Healthy fruit salad, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, trying to get lean in that. So, you feel me? That's the
Oh, fucking hell, that's a joke.
I think Trent leaving's good for football, bro. No, not that, bro.
I keep telling people there's a hierarchy in football, you know. See that
There
top
is.
of the pyramid. Sometimes
So
at top of the
Madrid
pyramid.
and Madrid, Barca, and at top of the pyramid.
Yeah, but
The
you know
Premier,
what I
innit?
mean?
The Premier ain't the place
Like,
to be. It's dead,
I
bro.
saw the news earlier on, like Fabrizio Romano said basically Real Madrid apparently gave him like an ultimatum, like which is either you sign on our terms now or like whatever, or you can just stay at Liverpool. I was like, bro, if I got given an ultimatum, bro, of course I'm gonna, yeah, I mean, like, because if I risk signing a new deal, which is what everyone wants him to do, sign a deal, we can get money for him. Remember, there is 0% guarantee that Real Madrid would come back in for him, knowing that they would have to pay 50, potentially 60, whatever Liverpool would have agreed, you know, at that time. Then you also know, now I've got a brother who's here who doesn't want to be here. Would you guys really, like, think about it to yourselves, guys? Just take like your bias out of it. Do you want any player at the football club who you know does not want to be here? No matter what you do, doesn't really want to be here. But of course, like it's a weird situation now, and it starts feeling all forced. And bro, like, listen, if he wants to go, bro, he wants to go. Like, it is what it is, man.
And stop being sexist, man.
Fuck off, Sam. Don't you start, bro.
Nah, bro, I'm a feminist, but stop being sexist, bro.
Why can't I do? Where's my thing?
What's wrong, bro? Why you
Yeah,
can't
sorry, go on. No.
Why you nervous, bro?
No, I'm not nervous at all, bro. I never get nervous, bro.
I think I should wear my Madrid top to the parade, or I'll probably get punched up in it.
No, wear it.
No. Honestly, jokes aside, bro, I'm not that brave. Because you know what that is? No. I'm being deadly serious. I'm not that brave, bro. Because what would happen is anyone standing up in my face, I'd be fine with it. They can't do I'll scrap, man. It's the fly kicks when I'm walking. You know,
your back's turned, you don't even know someone just. And remember, there's gonna be bare fans. You don't really want.
Yeah, you know that motion when you get kicked to the back and you don't know. You fly forward, turn around, some little dudes just darting through the crowd and that. Nah, blood.
Long days.
No, I wouldn't do that anyway. I wouldn't do that anyway. I'd never do that, bro. Go there and enjoy it, bro. Yeah, it's shit though. It's like now the man saying like Trent can't get on the bus. And that. This is Drifty's fault. This is blood.
Yeah, this is Drifty was.
Drifty saying Trent ain't gonna get on the bus, and we know damn well Drifty ain't gonna be at no parade, blood. He ain't gonna be at no parade, blood. So
Dunn said FSG for life, my guys.
Come on, you know the vibes, bro.
You know the vibes, brother.
Yeah, man, it's one of them, bro. I'm the same, man. You man was happy with Mane sitting on the bus, blood. You get me?
No, did Mane say that he was
Do you not remember the thing before the game when they asked Mane in the and he wouldn't talk? He did the same thing Trent did. He said, I don't want to talk about it till after the Champions League, and then Mandem was like, oh yeah, it seems like Mane is going. Then everyone was saying he was unhappy on the bus. But as soon as that parade was done, Mane said he was leaving. Blood. We saw him in the sunset, blood, in some villa.
Nah, he was smart though, because he knew I ain't trying to get, you know what I'm saying, fly kicked in my back. Right?
Well, that's the thing, because if there was no Champions League final, then the parade would have happened on a different day because we didn't win the league, innit? So it probably wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened.
It wouldn't have happened, yeah.
It wouldn't have happened. Because I know that we did it FA Cup and League Cup, but that's because we thought we were going to win the Champions League. So it wouldn't have happened. It would have just skated off into the night and that blood. But yeah, man.
Scraps was asking, what did you guys think of the callers?
Ends. You can answer first.
I thought they made some great valid points, man. As I said, it's about how they feel, man. It's not about what I feel. You know, we've spoken over 3 days about the situation. They just wanted to offload, and we gave them the platform.
I think KMACK made some good points, but
the thing, I feel like everyone made points that were actually kind of.
No. Some man didn't. Some man had some.
Yeah, fair. But
no. What was Liz's comment? I need to find it, bro. That was mad. But they're entitled to their opinion, but even the stupid ones, that was mad.
But can we just all agree now, guys? Like now ENDZ has done the calling now. There's been so many of you obviously called in, so many of you was in the chat. Please make sure, first of all, that you're subscribing if you haven't. But yeah, now we're done, guys. Like, I don't want to see you guys still venting the same anger like a week later. Like, bro,
But
like,
G, they might get triggered again, though. G, might get triggered again.
triggered by what ends?
I
Like,
don't know. They might. Okay, G, go into a
Go on.
different stream, right? For an example, everybody's cushy, we're vibing, and then someone goes, "Yeah, Trent said that he wanted to leave a year ago." That's gonna trigger even more emotion.
But why would it trigger you though when you knew that already? Like, that shouldn't trigger you. Like, you knew that he wanted to leave. We've done it.
But
We've spoken
now
about
there's
it.
quotes now, G. No, there's quotes now. So now,
No, but the quotes don't change what we.
Yeah, G, it's funny, yeah, because I find it hilarious that everyone keeps speaking to us with like verbatim quotes from Trent, but Trent still ain't spoke. So I'm like, Trent said, and they offered Trent this, and I'm like, bro, Trent ain't said shit, boy. It's about 2 years ago. Trent ain't said nothing, blood. Yeah, listen, it's jokes still.
Bro, like,
cashing on the, you know what I mean, cashing on the views and that. Blood.
Like, I'm actually pissed. I'm so pissed that he's injured. Like, I wish he wasn't injured. Like, now,
same, bro.
Yeah, but you see, but exactly. Like,
how far? What injury did he have with the hamstring? When he
he rolled his ankle.
No, remember he rolled his ankle.
Yeah, rolled his ankle. But they said it wasn't ligament damage, so obviously he's not out for the season. He's just
coming back. But Ramjud said, "Listen, we ain't risking that."
What did you guys make of this? This part felt was cheeky as hell, bro. Real Madrid exploring whether they can bring forward the expected transfer of TTA this summer, so he can play for them in the June Club World Cup.
Is this not good though? Isn't this not a good thing?
I didn't say it was a bad or a good thing. I'm just saying this is
okay.
Trying to bring it forward so he can.
For me, once the season,
remember he can't play anyway until after the season, regardless.
Yeah, I was gonna say for me, when it comes to signings, once the season's done, if you're gonna go to another club, you should be able to just play for them whenever.
Yeah, like, and Liverpool get money. Like, this is what so I want to know then, to everybody who's called in and everyone.
They don't want the blood money, I guess.
But Savage, the blood money's better than no money. Boy, I'll take that blood money right now.
What do you think that would be like? A young little 10 mil or something?
Something like.
Yeah, something like.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Didn't Real Madrid offer us like 25 million in January? Man turned it down,
and we rejected it. So now we're here now with 0 million. So really, we ourselves.
We thought that we could keep him, bro. That's
bro. That 25 mil we could have put that to the lap fund, didn't it?
I don't. Big up Roma. We has to show his face, bro. Man can't go out the back door and not show his face. Not even a little walk, lap of honor or nothing at all.
Lap of honor.
Lap of honor when you just heard man say they're burning his shirt and that.
He wanted to walk around and get tomatoes and rocks dashed at him. It's over, bro.
Hey, who's it? Figo got the pig.
Yeah, bro. Pig's head. You know, it was your people. It was your people. So don't do that again. About was it Figo? It was your people, bro. Catalonians, scumbags, and that. You know what? Funny enough, Catalonians and Scousers are kind of the same, man.
We're really not.
Remember when Trent said that? He connected with Barca more because of Catalonians.
When did he say that, Savage? When did he say
that? Trent said that.
Yeah, when did he say that, Savage?
There's a video of him saying it, bro.
Another team would have been.
He said that the morals, there's something else. I'm thinking of the word, bro, but it's like their values in it. The values of Catalonians is very much like Scousers, so it's like I'm more with the Barcelona side. He said that, bro, and we know it because you lot are like, no one of this man and that, but Catalonian Scousers like poor. Yeah.
What if what about the derailing thing here? I doubt it would derail our season.
If Trent leaving derails our season, we're shit to 12 points.
Not only that,
derail the season. Like the season's basically finished anyway. And I saw something when while I was eating I was looking at Twitter, and I see someone say one of these clowns on Twitter. He's always tweeting, and he said,
you're right, bro. Stop calling people clowns, man. Let him, you know what I mean?
I don't call anyone a clown. But like he was saying, how can Trent something along the lines of like, how can Trent basically come back into the training ground where players are going to be like fuming? I said, players fuming? Brother, them men are going to be saying, yo, you got that move to Madrid. Yo,
nah, G. There'll be a couple of guys. There will be a couple.
It don't work like that.
No. It does.
It doesn't work like that.
Fuming. Like, when have you ever seen that?
if you're a part of a team and we think that we're here together. I'm not saying that they didn't know that there's a contracts dispute going on, but bro, you can't then just come back all skipping and like, I'm leaving. Nah, bro.
I'm gonna tell you the truth, bro.
You know that they knew though. Like you know that. It's like if that happened with one of us, man, you think if I didn't tell you and I see you in work whenever I come back to work.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna be like, oh my goodness, I didn't know this was happening.
Because you know what's gonna happen? You know, like this is gonna be jokes as well, because all of a sudden inside Anfield, Trent's not gonna be seen there. It's gonna be editor, cut that out right now. But serious talk, when Trent goes back in, he's just gonna walk into training as normal because they're already brethren in WhatsApp groups and that, so that's not gonna be a shock. And then it's gonna be like, man, they're gonna ask him questions as they normally would. And then when the season's over, you're gonna have all of the ladies and that signing cards and that. Well done, bruv, they're gonna be gassed for him, bruv. Yeah, it ain't gonna be some like, oh my god, I can't believe. Some of the people are gonna be crying because it's gonna be like, oh, you've been here since you were 6, and we've seen you grow up and that. Them kind of people and that. But apart from that, this is like, you gotta think of it this way. I know man ain't thinking of it this way, and we don't work there, innit? This is like something to be almost like, that sounds bad, but something to be proud of, innit? That you've developed this kid from 6 years old to do this, and this, bro. That's why I told you, bro. That's why, like, I know not on the same level at all, but that's why they treat Jude like that. That's why in Birmingham there's a mural of him, and they can't. Bro, no one can wear the number 22 at Blues. That's why at Dortmund they love Jude, innit? It's just like stepping stones because they know, innit? Now I get it because Dortmund to Madrid and Liverpool to Madrid is two different things. Liverpool's way closer in terms of the club size. Yeah. But it just so happens that it's that club, innit? And it's a protection.
I can guarantee you that's obviously they're gonna ask Slot in his next press conference about it. He's gonna try and do the thing where he's gonna protect him slightly because he knows the reception of the fans. But I guarantee he's gonna ask for us to rally again. Like, guys, we're gonna need you for the next games. Watch.
Smart thing for Slot to do is just the regular thing. Trent's still our player. And he doesn't belong to anyone.
There's nothing to say on this.
Our club will treat him as such.
It's when he comes out and says, as far as I'm concerned, he hasn't told me anything. But yeah, that's what I mean. You're just tapped to like, why would you say that? Like, and that would trigger people. That in itself would trigger people.
That's what I'm saying, G. It's not done yet.
Something like that. Like, G, I haven't heard anything. What news? Trent to Real Madrid? No, not.
Bro, G, we've been on an international break. This ain't going on like we're playing games, and he's just playing. We've had like a nice little international break and then they drop it in there. Now the manager has to worry about when he goes back now, like, what does that mean? Is there going to be anything within the group? I don't know. We don't know. We have to kind of wait and see how it plays out, innit?
This is going to be fine, man. Man are making it seem like it's just going to be him and Nunes in the corner talking to each other.
Nunes and Diaz, bro, just in the corner. Like,
it's interesting though, because I watched when Salah did that interview on the Mexican TNT like 2 months ago. They asked him about like who your friends are and stuff, and he said Hazard, innit? Which is jokes. I was in stitches when he said Hazard. I'm like,
it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah. But then there was like, what about people in the team? And it's like, yeah, Robert makes me laugh and that. And it's like, what about? And Shimika's like, what about Trent? And then I was just like, Trent's funny, but he doesn't talk.
He doesn't talk to someone like that anyway.
Yeah. Like, he said, no, I'm being serious. He's like, you're not getting the words out of him. He doesn't talk, which is creasing me because he don't want to talk to the media either, bro. Trent's just walking around in silence. He's in the background of videos.
That's a power of silence, just walking.
Like, even when people are your teammates and we're cool and stuff like that, that's why they ask them kind of questions because, say, for example, Salah, Shimikas is my guy, and you always see him with like Shimikas and Robbo, like always laughing around and that. There's other guys in that squad who are like, we're cool at training, but my brethren. But
I
get that.
Yeah, like you're not my homie and that, bro. So it's one of them ones. It does make me laugh, man. But hey, man, it's one of those. We'll move on and we'll do great stuff in it because Slot's a genius. Remember, come on.
No, don't do that, bro. He is.
No, that's what I said.
No, your tonage, the way you drop.
No, I just said, remember, bro. Slot's a genius, bro. Remember?
Okay, that's better. That's better.
Remember, it's not Slot's team and all that. Remember that. It's not Slot's team. I hear all of that still.
Not Slot's team. Listen, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed listening to the callers, man. Hopefully they've got their chance to vent. What I am gonna do, I'm thinking to do, I'm waiting for the press conference and I'll wait to see what the answer from Arne Slot is. Because I know they're gonna ask him. Then I might run another call in just to see what the fan base think about that.
What is it today? Not today.
No,
is it?
no.
Oh, about to say.
I think it'll be Friday. I think because are we playing next week or are we playing on the weekend?
Next Tuesday.
So it'll be on Friday then.
What do you lot think Trent should do from this point on? Just shut your mouth.
He has to, bro. He has to. Because now you have to just commit now. Just commit.
Okay, let me say this because obviously I told you the day he got injured that
Yeah.
you never seen Trent play for us again, and I told you when we played Real Madrid he faked that injury. But say he does come back from an injury, because they're gonna ask, when he does the normal press conferences, is there any injuries? Slot's gonna have to say, oh yeah, Trent's getting close to come back. This guy's getting. So if he does come back from injury and is in the conference, then he's gonna be on the bench and he's always gonna be on the pitch. Like at that point, man are gonna be booing him and all that. Like what should he do at that point? Just still shut your mouth.
There's nothing he can do, bro.
Or does he? Because I feel like we haven't witnessed it in this, like, while social media's been this hot. So does he end up throwing remember after game, say we win a game or Trent scores or something, these men normally put pictures of himself up and you'll never walk alone hashtag and a little heart and that. But he's gonna pull it up and he's gonna have his comments turned off. So
yeah, definitely comments are gonna have to be turned off.
I don't know what you have to do, bro. I don't know what he's gonna have to do. I think for him, because he said he was gonna be quiet. Because he said he's going to be quiet, bro. I think he just has to stick to it now. Because now if you come out and say anything, you can't win now. Unless he signs and say, listen, I see that I was getting a lot of stick online. My initial was to sign anyway. And that's what I'm planning to do. I think that's the only thing he needs to come out and say. If he's not staying, bro, just leave it. Because they're not going to listen when you have to say no matter what you say. They're not going to listen. They're going to choose not to listen.
Exactly.
No, I 1,000,000% agree. But then you've got the little fucking snake. He didn't even say anything on his way out. Like, what a pussy going out.
He can't win.
I'm like, what do you do, bro?
That's what I'm saying. The only way he can speak is if he says he's staying and he's
put it this way.
No, he's gonna do a letter, bro. Like
put it this way. Look how man reacted to Henderson's video when he left. Like to me, I was like, oh, Henderson's leaving, blah blah blah. Most of you like didn't want him anyway anymore. Should be a nice video because he has tried his hardest for it. Man, then was just like, shut up, blood. I ain't trying to hear from you.
To be fair, with that one, the reason I say it's different is because the whole like him moving to Saudi and that move to Saudi was shrouded in you're going to Saudi stuff where the LG, so it's like that was all political. Bro, I started seeing comments from the different kind of individuals.
The rainbow.
It wasn't even football related at that point.
But then with the and I'm not trolling anymore, but with like the Scousers and that, the what I said about the boss thing was true, and that's because that side sees people as like they see bosses like the Scousers in it. So to them, it's like, yo, how are you going to that kind of club? To the Scousers? So I reckon they would probably basically you can't win on it. That's it. So if I was him, I put AI video up, blood, or I'd go full villain arc, bruv. And then you know Trent not long ago when he did the you man, I talk too much on that. He should do that again, blood, in the stadium, blood. Because at this point, just turn into a villain, bro. Fuck it.
Nah, I think he can't even go that way either, Sav. Can't.
Oh yeah, because his family's got to stay in Liverpool.
Yeah, he can't go that.
Forgot.
Just stay
what family has he still got in Liverpool?
Oh, you know, their family, bro.
His mom, his dad, his brother,
and then the extended
family. All of them are staying here. Like, are they not going to?
No, because he has that thingy in it. Like when I watched that, I mean, let's not speak for certain, but when he did that, what's Homegirl's name? I want to get her name wrong again.
The curly-haired light skin.
Yeah. When he done that last interview, which wasn't even that long ago, and then he done the one before. That's the kind of family that is with all the time, innit? And it makes me laugh that people have been thinking this, innit? Say man just Trent's not speaking, so man just decided to speak on it and on his behalf, and then Trent said, "I'm not leaving." Brother, after the way you're talking about my family, I'm out of here, bro. Because the way these lot been talking about Trent's brother, I mean, came out saying stuff about Kevin's call was actually good as well, but what he was saying about Trent's brother, and we know this about Trent's brother, it's jokes because none of you don't know anything about Trent's brother, bro. And you just been dissing him the whole time, bro. It's kind of crazy, like
it's jokes when we then hear his brother was actually the one trying to convince him to stay. I will crease. Blood.
He was like, "Nah, you gotta stay for your legacy." Now I had a conversation with one of my boys earlier. He's an Arsenal fan, and he said, "Bro, he said even he's seen the things that the Liverpool fans have been saying." He's like, "Why would he even think of staying now, seeing all of that?" And I was like, yeah, it makes sense, man.
That's brutal, bro. That's what I told you. That's why I enjoyed when the league cooked up Monts, bro, because Monts deserved it this time. But I said you like disgusting and that, bro. And he weren't talking about this side of the fan base. You know what I mean? Talking about the mother man, blood. Guys, madness, bro. You can't start talking about a grown man like that, blood. Hold it, man. You get me? Hala Madrid, blood. What bullshit, bro. Sorry, my bad. That just came up. My bad.
Yeah, I know. We can tell, bro. We can see your
I didn't
excitement.
mean to say that, man. Barcelona. All of that. My bad.
Wow.
Catalan Giants and that, blood. You know what I mean? Yellow and red. You hear it still.
And then I threw this one up, Zubermendi as well, but yeah, Real Madrid want to go for Zubermendi as well, bro. A little young 60 mil.
Yeah, man, remember when man said that Zubermendi didn't have no ambition?
I thought he was going to Arsenal, by the way. I swear this is...
Bigger club, more trophies.
I will.
No, but I didn't understand that because the way they spoke, G. Yeah, you're right. I swear they spoke as if like he was...
No, you're right. Yeah, no, they did. Apparently, it was supposed to be like, that was basically a deal that was set in stone for the summer.
Yeah, because Arteta had a word in a minute.
Yeah, because they said, we beat Liverpool for him. I was like, well, you didn't, because you tried to get him and he said no as well.
Yeah.
Like, he just changed his mind now because he's realized that, like, my teammate and all that. I might have to...
It's funny though, not huge lot, but like, and then because I've been on the shows when you speak about Zubermendi, but I don't know, it's Zubermendi and Trent's like the same thing, innit? Boyhood club and that, don't want to leave the city and all that business, but everyone slated Zubermendi for not doing it. They did, innit? Yeah, and like people, it's like I feel like people didn't read into the stories of Zubermendi properly, because not only was it about leaving his place, it's because the other people had left as well. It's because Moreno left and the other guy who went Atletico. So the whole spine of the team was gone in it. So when he was the last one of it, and he's like, I don't want to leave my club in the lurch, bro. And anyone who watches La Liga, bro, knows that Sociedad last season towards the end was rubbish, and they've been terrible this season too, bro.
Yeah.
And he's still just been. I'm watching him in these games. I'm watching him against Man U, bro, and he's just like, you just watch him and like, yeah, you and Kubo's too good for this team now.
Yeah, literally.
And you're still trying and that. But man, they respect him doing it because he's a bum and slideshows and that. And why do you want to stay around mountains? But you lot want Trent to stay by the docks, blood. I told you, man, blood. Release Trent, blood. Release him, blood.
Release him to the sun.
You know what I mean? Blood, come on, blood, I'm fit now. Rudiger on the ball, pass it to Militao, and that gives it to Trent ball over the top to Vinny. Yeah, blood, that's what he's got to deal with, blood. You get me? I'm not gassed. No, let me not school. I don't want to fight, man. And that. I know when people send me for me, man. I'm a good guy, really, blood. I just want to enjoy football, man. Samba times and that, man. All of us on this panel come from the school of Yogo Benito, blood. So for me, I just want to see. At this point, I'm willing to sacrifice anything for this good football, bro.
I hear that. I definitely hear that.
Yeah, me. So I told you last season, you know that, G. I said I want Barca to be good again. I need these things, bro. I'm one of these dons that live on the edge when it comes to football. I don't like the safe stuff in it. Because my life's very safe and I do everything organized and all that. Football, you know what I mean? For 90 minutes, I just lose my mind a little piece. You get me? I told you, bruv. That 4 minutes of that Newcastle game was the most excitement I had from Liverpool in a while, bruv. Just them 4 minutes when Chiesa scored, bruv. I was gassed. I need that, bro. And not everyone does, and I hear it. Some of you lot have done that. You're tired from when Klopp was doing that every week, and that, but not me, bro. I need it, man. Big up Trent, though, and big up Liverpool, and big up FSG too, but I can't leave them out. You get me? And you lot better pray that Trent and Salah stays. Otherwise, I need to see everyone cooking them two, blood. And that should be funny. The man are going to cook Salah and everyone's going to call it racist, blood. Nah, bro. Man have to hold that still. You know what I mean? Tutu Commune can't save you, blood. Them pyramids can't save you. You know, like that, blood. Better sign that contract.
I think them two would not sign, but let's see what happens, man. But listen, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it, man. I timestamp to all the callers. If you guys are watching it on the replay and you want to go back and listen to what they said, it's there. Simple, easy, cool. Should be back maybe tomorrow morning. If there's any news, anything, we'll cover that in the morning. And I'm looking forward to that press conference. I'm going to watch it live. I ain't going to lie. I'm definitely, if my gym session has to get pushed back, it will, because I need to watch that live. Because I need to see the question when they go, we heard Trent is trying to Real Madrid, and the manager says, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's gonna be the most watched press conference that he's done this
100%.
season.
Yeah, and it's gonna be 10 seconds. The question's gonna get asked, and Slot's gonna lie talking about it.
Yeah, bro, real talk. I can see it. I can definitely see that happen. Definitely see that happen.
I'm not making the viewers go through more pain, bro. I'm just saying. We'll all be here together, brother, and we'll console each other, man, as we go. G love for the love, man. Savage, big up, bro. As always, you guys got any videos coming out today?
Nah, man, but subscribe to my football channel. I realize I'm just gonna tell people to subscribe until it gets to 1,000 subscribers, but I ain't gonna post anything on there. Just do it, innit? That way, then I can just start doing clickbait stuff like the other channels and get stuff in. I decided now. So I've warned you all in it. I've warned you all, bro. In the video, I'm gonna talk sense, but on the thumbnails and that, yeah, it's time to play the game. Nah, it's time for me to play the game. I'm talking about. I'm gonna get journalists and stuff from like Panama and that with their quotes in my thumbnail. I don't give a shit, blood. Kazakhstan and that, blood. Kazakhstan journal said that Salah don't want to be here. I'm putting it on the thumbnail, blood. This is all it is.
He's already warned you. So go and subscribe and go and enjoy the content because it's gonna be vibes. And then yeah, man, look out for Who Said What. That should be dropping Friday for the non-members, but for the members, it should be dropping tomorrow. Record it today or tomorrow, then it'll be up. You guys can watch it and enjoy it, man. That will be episode 3. Yeah, Trent, Zubemendi, the youngsters, FSG, loads to talk about. Catch you guys in a bit, man. Peace.